everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And I have a bigger Tigger walking this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you gonna come, buddy? Oh yeah, there you are. He's walking across, checking out what's going on, seeing if there's any squirrels or rabbits or bunnies outside. I think that he is spotting something, because if you know a cat and they get the twitchy tail like that, that means there's something that's exciting them, I think. Where you going, buddy? What you doing? Mom, I just woke up from my nap. I'm really tired. Okay, so there you go. You got your first kitten sighting of the night already. Yay. Okay, there are two other kittens, in case you're wondering. One is right there. So Hunky Noodle is right there. He's giving himself a bath. And Honey Bunches of Oats is in the window right now. So all three of them are out here, and they're keeping me company for the time being. So we made it through another successful Stampin' Fun in the Sun, and it was very good. So I don't know if I even remember saying live from the Hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, but we're here. It's Christine Bertram, and I came out of a very successful, exhausting event. It's always amazing how fast they flow and go. I just added it up. There's 144 spots that we did for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, and we could have probably had even at least 2 or 3 or 4 more. So not everybody got in, and we're not going to kit more up. There's no waiting list, basically. So, well, I promised my mom that when we were sold out, we would be sold out, and I have to hold true to that one for this one. So of the 144, I believe the number was 68 for in person. So my mom and dad cooked for 68 people this past week. And then the other part of that number, my mom made oatmeal raisin cookies for everybody. So those will be going out in your boxes, or they did go out in your boxes. If you get your package and you're wondering why it smells like tasty, wholesome goodness, it's because it's probably smelling like cinnamon and then the raisin. So if you can't eat them, that's okay. Find somebody who will enjoy them. Don't put them to waste. Don't throw them in the garbage if you can't eat them. Find somebody who would absolutely love a homemade, not store-bought cookie. Okay, so I'm excited. We got through a successful event. I think everybody had an amazing time. The projects were just over the top. I was telling Kelly today, actually, I said, I don't know how we're going to beat next year. I don't know how we're going to beat it, because everybody absolutely loved all of the projects. So that's a good feeling to have. And Kelly's answer was, you don't have to worry about that till next year. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of true. And so it was really good. And then between Tuesday and Wednesday, we got a bunch of boxes shipped out. I think on Tuesday we got 88 to the either post office or UPS. And then on Wednesday, I think there were about 30 more that got dropped off. And I'm sitting here with maybe about 15. And those are the 15 that there's something where I have to connect with people, or we had to kit up more of a class, or you're waiting on something and they're going to be patient. Well, we actually ended up kitting up 8 more of the ink, paper, scissors for May, which featured Lovely Garden. And we just got those finished yesterday. So that's kind of cool. And they're all 8 gone. And I'm excited that I could make 8 more happy people with those kits. And after it was all said and done with the June classes, you guys, I really didn't have a lot of time beforehand to stay abreast with communication on June classes. I was more concerned about the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, making sure that I had everything in ducks in a row on that. And I spent, I would have to say, Monday night until 6 a.m. I did one of those things again, and I'm not saying that to like whatever. It's what had happened. I worked until 6 a.m. getting through as many emails with people as I could so that I could go into Tuesday with the shipping day, making sure people's classes were in their boxes that they had requested. And so I'm very happy I did, because it really helped make me feel good about our shipping day on Tuesday. And I would have to say that the majority of people have their classes in their kits. It's always a lot to go on, but it was really good to get through the bulk of the recent class emails. It did help. Absolutely, you guys. It really does help. Carissa, who manages the CBC enroll@gmail.com, I do know that if you do email her, she's the first gatekeeper of making sure things happen and classes get assigned to people, because she helps me manage a shared spreadsheet. And when she saw the email come in, she was able to log you in that spreadsheet, which allowed me to go straight to that spreadsheet and focus on those people who had enrolled through the CBC enroll@gmail.com. So that was perfect. That was awesome. So I guess I'm learning that it is great because she's my first step to making sure that we get you logged for class. And if you don't email that, don't worry. We'll eventually catch it. But with what I'm getting at with all of the classes that got signed up for June, you guys, we had cut back on numbers. And I don't know, as soon as I say we cut back on numbers, then all of a sudden we run out of classes. So we, between Carissa and I, unbeknownst to her, she kept signing people up because we still do have either 8 or 10 left of the May monthly class. And the May suite class, we have maybe 5 to 10 left. And so we cut back in June a little bit, just a little bit. And then we overbooked or overcommitted by at least 13 or 14. By the time I checked emails on Monday night, we were way over. Enough over that it meant, okay, we're going to kit more. So that happens. So it's a good problem to have. And so we strategically said, okay, well, we're over by 13 or 14. Let's make 20 more of the monthly class. And we were at capacity for the Scenic Adventures. So we said, let's make 12 more of that and let's see what happens. So with that being said, I'm going into this class knowing that we have less than a handful left. And that could be for kits getting mailed, or it could be with you coming in person on June 21st at 8:30 a.m. I have this monthly class again. And so there's an opportunity to still get these cards. And I asked people, I think it was 12 people here in person on Monday night and 4 people in the afternoon. And I asked people about the cards. Some people that hadn't taken class with me in person for a little while, and they said it was just the combination of the cards that they're so awesome. So when you guys are watching class tonight, and if you're wondering if you would want to get if you want to get card kits, yep, go ahead, send an email to cbcenroll@gmail.com. This class is free with a minimum $60 order if you're getting your kits mailed to you, or if you're attending in person, it's $40. Or you could pay for this class, and it's either $19 or $25 shipped. Now, if you still have a package here by chance, which isn't a lot of people, there's like less than 15 people that have classes or packages here, but I could always hold this class and ship it to you in July to save some shipping. So just know that I still have about a 5 to 6, I was going to say half a dozen left. So it's good. It's good. We were able to ship out as many as we could, and there were about 10 or 11 or 12 people that I know are more than okay waiting to get this class until next month. So we were still able to get everybody's boxes or packages shipped out, and we're kitting more. We're actually in the process of die cutting and getting stuff prepped, and we're going to kit them on Monday morning. So that's the plan. So if anybody's waiting for their packages to ship yet, just know we'll probably get it out Tuesday or Monday afternoon. So very good to that. The other thing is Scenic Adventures. Now we're at capacity, so everybody should have had their Scenic Adventures shipped, but we are making 12 more. And I do have this class in person on Wednesday night, and I also have it on the 21st. So I think that we'll probably fill up on that pretty soon too, but oh my gosh, you guys, it's good. I was going to give you an update too on the celebratory sips is the ink, paper, scissors. We are nearing capacity on that one too. It's crazy. I think what happened is I had a lot of people come in person, and we had everything prepared and kitted and sitting on the back counter, and people could go up and look at the cards and pick the classes. And I did a lot of porch pickups at the event. So that was great. So for the cheers and sips, I have 2, 4, 6, like maybe 7 spots left of cheers and sips, the ink, paper, scissors. And for the Let's Just Stamp featuring Extraordinary Flora, I have about 8 left. So 6 to 8 left. Those 2 classes I do in coordination with Diane Bogenhagen in the in-person world. And so if she ends up with a few extra, then I have to take from mine. And if she has a few less, then I can add to my pile. So just know that we're less than 10 left out of the 4 core classes. And for Rose's technique class, you guys, I usually kit up 16, but we did 20 this month. And of the 20, I'm at 16. So I have 4 left of Rose's Technique Club class featuring notes and totes. Those are super cool cards. featuring notes and totes. So we're right at the cusp of being full at almost all of the classes. So if you're somebody who is still looking at getting in on some June classes, it would be great to make those decisions and let me know. I would appreciate it. I also wanted to advertise or tell you, we mentioned that Stampin' Fun in the Sun is already sold out. The paper palooza, you guys, oh my goodness. I never in my wildest dreams imagined kidding 96 and starting this live saying I have potentially one left. And I don't even want to commit that one as available because I'm afraid that I still need to get back and be a little bit fine-toothing going through my emails. I got through the bulk of the June class signups, but I think there's a few emails that I still need to get through from the time of my Disney trip to sometime the end of May. And it's possible that there is somebody out there that emailed me or texted me, but didn't fill out the Google registration form. It was so imperative that I had the Google registration forms filled out because it was my collective list of who wanted this event or even the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And if people didn't fill that out, it was like finding needles in haystacks, sometimes finding out if they wanted it, but they didn't fill out the form. You guys, sorry, there's a cat fur right there. So I'm going to learn to rely more and more on those Google registration forms. So for people who aren't able to fill them out, you're going to have to work with me to get your name on the Google form and making sure that that happens because that is my one-stop check for that. So going into tonight, there may or may not be one left. And if you're interested in it and you want it from me, you're going to have to let me know and I'll add your name to my list as a waiting list. And one person more needs to get a name on my last one. But I do know, I talked to Amanda Waldhart who helped me. We collaborated and we designed the paper palooza together. And I asked her yesterday how many she has and what she was planning for. So Amanda, I believe, had 9 people sign up and she was planning for 20. So if there's anybody in my community that still wants it, that isn't able to get it from me, I could put you in touch with Amanda to help support her with helping get the last of hers into some happy homes. So I am not too afraid for people that still want the palooza because I can help you get it. It wouldn't be from me and her. Pillow gifts might be, they're the same but different. She might have decorated them different, and her prize patrol might be different but still an embellishment. So similar but the same, right? Similar variation on a theme, I guess. So it's like still the same card kits and the designer series paper, just little nuances that might be different. So that's a little bit about the paper palooza, you guys. Thank you so much for your support on that. Oh my goodness, I never in my wildest dreams, again, I'm repeating this, imagined having 96 kits and only having one quote unquote maybe left or not going into this live. It made me realize, and you guys can tell me in the comments here, I have never done the paper palooza before. It was something that I was speaking with Wendy Cranford with last year. She's a friend of mine. I would go on incentive trips with her, and I connected with her while I was in Mexico with a broken foot, sitting in the lobby. Tyler and her husband, who were off probably drinking shots in the bar while Wendy and I were chatting, and we connected afterwards again and talked, and we just had a great conversation about an event that she used to do called a paper party. And so I asked her, can I, with her leaving Stampin' Up, I said, would you mind if I cased your idea for this event? And she said, sure. She gave me ideas on what she did, and she kind of walked me through. And then from there, I took it and ran with it and asked Amanda Waldhart if she wanted to collaborate with me. And so that's how this kind of came to be. So I've had it in my head since last June that I wanted to do this type of an event. And the waiting for the annual catalog was the perfect opportunity to do it. And now I'm wondering, my question for you guys, and you can put this in the comments. I know you haven't even really gotten your paper paloozas yet. They're all either being picked up or mailed out this week. And some people picked them, are picking July, and some people are picking August and September. So some of you aren't getting them quite yet, but I liked that you guys, in my mind, I liked giving you the option of picking what month you wanted it. I'm curious if I did the paper palooza in a fashion or form, like a mini holiday palooza and a mini spring palooza, and they were tailored towards the 2 other catalogs that launch. Would you like something like this? Again, that features one card for each type of designer series paper, and it would be run like an event, an online event. And so I'm curious, I know you haven't experienced it in its full entirety, but I would alter it, and I would align the escapes and the palooza to not overlap in terms of what we're offering. And I think what I would do is put the paloozas, the mini paloozas, to be, so like if the escapes are in September and January, the paloozas, the mini paloozas, would be offered in October and November. So 2 months option. Again, like you pick which month you want. And then I'd offer them in February and March, again, after the escapes are done. So I was just toying that around because I thought, wow, if 96 people really liked this type of a class, or let's say card buffet, somebody was referring to it as, wow, this is a big card buffet. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's 21 cards. Now, the mini ones wouldn't be that big because it would just always be dependent on the unique designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Comes out with. So like for the mini fall one, it would be the July exclusives, the July online exclusives, and whatever they launch in September from the mini catalog and the online exclusive. So just putting it out there for food for thought. I love to understand where you guys are at. So before I get too far though, you guys, I want to say hi and make sure I'm not on mute. Oh my gosh, for a moment I'm like, am I on mute? No, I'm not. Oh, okay. Sometimes that happens. Hello, Mary Lemke. Hello, Sherry Martin. Hello, Brenda Watson. Brenda, I just need to make sure that you got into the Beekeeper's Guide. So I sent you a link to access it, and I hope that you find that guide very helpful. It's an all-encompassing document that has everything from the online to the non-online, so in a book from Stampin' Up! That you can peruse through, and you should just be able to click on that link, and if it says you need to request access, click the button to request access, and I'll approve it. I shared it with you, so you shouldn't have to request access, but sometimes people have to. So Brenda, I need to make sure that you, calling Brenda Watson, that you can get into that Beekeeper's Guide. That is going to be the most amazing tool for you to access for looking at products that Stampin' Up! Has. Because looking in the catalog alone is not going to be as, it's not all encompassing, okay? Hello, Sandy Coy Emery. Hello, Linda Krause. There's Julie. Looking forward to tonight's class. Yay, we'll get started very soon, you guys. Hi, Cindy and Nick Losi. Had to watch you and celebrate with everyone for your birthday. Yay! Yes, happy birthday, my friend. Oh my goodness. I hope that you had an amazing day and you finish it off. And if anybody wants to wish Cindy a happy birthday, it is her special day. Hello, Doris Munson. Hello, Susan Bellamy. And there's Angelique. Happy Thursday to you guys, too. Hi, Judy Sharp. It has been a while. You guys, it has been 2 weeks because last week with the event, it didn't happen because I'm so happy I didn't plan a class last Thursday. It would have been too much for me. You guys, I don't ever take a nap, but I had a conversation with my mom at 3 o'clock today. I said, Mom, I'm just so tired. My eyes are burning. They're so tired. And she said, you need to go take a nap. And I said, I can't take a nap because I am not a 20-minute nap taker. I am a 3-hour nap taker. I can't lay down and take a 20-minute nap because it takes me 20 minutes to fall asleep. And I fall asleep in such a deep sleep that I'm so tired. I need 3 hours. And so she's like, just do it. Just give yourself 20 minutes, even 30 if you need to. And I took her advice and I laid down from like 4:45 to 5:20. I was so nervous I was going to oversleep and not miss, not be with you guys. But I listened to my mom and I'm glad I did because my eyes don't hurt as much. So that's good. And so Judy, I was just thinking about we need to chat too about, I think I wanted to make sure I put your DSP sampler in your box. That's all I wanted to make sure of, you guys. Oh man, there was a lot of moving elements to shipping this month. It was crazy. Hello, Randy Schultz. Hello, Ann Bellinger and Holly Paplow. And there's Sue Deppis. Hi, Anna Carter from Kentucky. And there's Barbara Godby from humid Durham, North Carolina, 88. Yeah, we've had some hot, muggier days this week too. Hi, Mary Carls. Hello, Sherry Stewart. Hi, Kelly, and who else do we have? Hi, Deanton, and Lynn Beasley is here as well. Hi, Jeannie Gertis. There's Annette. Hi, Laura Sullivan, and there's Joy Moody. You guys, I want to talk to you about Joy Moody. She's joined us here. Joy is a friend of mine, and she is a Be Happy stamper, and her family are going through a tough time, a really tough time. I talked to her the other day and it's been hard. Her husband has been diagnosed with rectal cancer and they have been in a flurry of doctor's appointments and driving an hour to get to Mayo Clinic and back and forth. And it's been really, really hard and tough on the family. And and it's hard to find all the support when you're not necessarily in an area where you're close to family and friends. Like if something happened to me, I have a lot of close family and friends in this community, but when you live in an area where you don't have a lot of close support, it's hard to get support. And I had a nice conversation with her. It was a sad conversation, you guys. And I just want to know, after I had a conversation with her, she shared with me that her mom started a GoFundMe for her and her family for help with the expenses that are coming onslaught with all the financial part of the medical side and then on top of it, the driving back and forth it all costs a lot of money to go back and forth to the hospital. So her mom set up a GoFundMe for her and her family, and I shared it on my personal Facebook page. If you guys have it in you that you want to look at that and provide any support in any kind of way, I know she and her husband and her son would be forever, and her mom and her family would be forever grateful for any support. It's so hard to worry about not making enough to make the ends meet to pay for rent and food and all the things that come in between. So I wanted to put that out there, and I saw your name, Joy, and I knew it was on I have a list of things I was going to talk about, but seeing that Joy's on here, you guys, I know that if she wants to comment anything on here too, Joy, you're welcome to, but this is what our community does, is we rally around each other and we support each other. And I know that anything, even cards and uplifting words of encouragement, if anybody wants to send a card to Joy and her family, just send me a note. I will get you her. I'm sure she would not mind sharing her address. And if you want to support her and any of the expenses that have come their way unexpectedly, this all came about in the last couple months, she would be forever grateful. And so I wanted to put it out there that if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can find that post. I shared it on my personal page, and her name is Joy Moody, and the GoFundMe has a video that you can watch. And the only thing that I wanted to talk to Joy about is that I went to go send money to Joy through this GoFundMe, and the only thing that I was hesitant about, and the GoFundMe is fine, but they have a fee that they charge for it. So I was actually going to reach out to you, Joy, privately and say, can I just send you money privately? I don't want GoFundMe to take any kind of cut of it. I'd rather you get as much as you possibly can and them not take any portion of it. Like why should they take the money that I want for you? So that's the only thing, that if anybody's also hesitant about sending money through GoFundMe and they would want to send it directly to Joy, I can help facilitate that. And that is exactly what I was going to reach out to Joy to do, so that they don't get that whatever portion that is. I was like, oh my goodness. But like with anything, and you use technology, you use credit cards, there's always fees involved. But whenever you can avoid that, you guys know that I run my class business, that if you can Zelle me, you can PayPal me, friends and family, you can Venmo me without the payment protection, you can Cash App me. There's so many ways that you can send money electronically to people without paying the fee. It helps save, and then you and I get to keep that money, and the credit card companies don't have to take that. So just know that I want to support Joy as much as I possibly can with what her family is going through. And I know there are others too that have a lot that they're going through. So I hope that you guys don't think that I'm not supporting everybody if I am mentioning this about Joy, because I don't intend to ever have that. I don't want anybody to have that feeling, but I had it came out in conversation with Joy a couple of days ago. So just wanted to put that out there, you guys. And then let's just see here. I also have a few more people I want to say hi to. Hello, Sherry Ott. And there's Kay Weir. Kay, you didn't come in and say hello to me today, but at least I got to give Carolee a hug, and hopefully she passed that on to you. Hello, Nedra Dover. And there is Linda Kester. Hello, France Eldridge. Hello, Karen Wetstein. And Pat Shee Bischoff. Pat, I got your emails too. Thank you so much. You're so easygoing about stuff, and I appreciate that. You guys, I had a DSP sampler that we created, and I'll show it off in here a little bit, but stop that kitten. He likes to scratch things, and I don't like him scratching my light box. I don't know if you guys could hear that scratching. It was like nails on chalkboard. But I sent out the DSP sampler photograph, the PDF file this morning and last night, and so you guys got it, and so that's exciting. Some people had already put stuff together, and some people are waiting. Just know, I just have to call out that if you got the DSP sampler from me, my helpers and I accidentally kitted up the cardstock swatches for the regals and the neutrals backwards, and that's why they were stapled together. Hopefully people figured that out and made sure to get their DSP samplers put together correctly. So that's my only thing. So hello, Georgine Darbro. Oh man. So Georgine and I, you guys, we're excited. We're looking at a date. We're going to try to put something on the calendar in the Lake Geneva area for her to have an event. and to have a buy one, get one sale. So if you're from the Lake Geneva area, you guys should be on the lookout for that. So we're going to try to narrow down a date here soon. All right, my parents are the best, Lynn Beasley. I cannot deny that. I am very blessed that I have the most amazing parents a person could ask for. And said the mom's cookies are always delicious. They sure are. Definitely agree on that. Hello, Nancy Mole. And Hope Toy is here. Oh my gosh, you guys, Tigger is just walking all over everything. It's a trap, and he's walking all over my piles. Hello, Debbie Gast. You sent me an email back around the time you got home from Florida, but haven't heard back. I've been meaning to send a text. Okay, Nancy Mole, your question was with regards to what kind of software did Kelly use to create the Beekeeper's Guide? And it was Adobe, and I don't know about sharing the file. You'd have to have that exact software. It's Adobe, Adobe something. So, like Adobe Writer with something. And I'll reply to your email. Actually, what I'm going to do, Nancy, is I'm going to forward it to Kelly and have Kelly tell you what it is. I just don't know. It costs us X amount of dollars per month, and it's something that Kelly uses to produce the marketing materials that I need to run my business. So I don't think it's not like a Canva where you can get a free edition, or sometimes there's softwares that you can get for free. So this one's a paid for software. So I did see your email. I needed to check with Kelly, and I did. And then I know she told me an answer, and I don't remember it off the top of my head exactly what it is, but I will promise I'll get back to you officially with a response. Okay. And then hello, Jean Terwilliger, and Gwen Goda is here. Hello. I was just reading Nancy's question. And hello. No, you guys are saying no. I just had that problem, Barbara. I keep dropping, have to go to totally out and come back in. Anyone else having this problem? Okay, so you guys are answering the question for Barbara. Okay, perfect. All right, got it. Hello, Julie Damaris. And your palooza arrives tomorrow. Wonderful. That's perfect. I'm so excited for that. That will be some good happy mail for you. And Mary Lemke, she's in. Sandy says yes. Angelique says yes. Jennifer says yes. Sherry Ott said yes. Kelly said she'd do it again. Karen said she would do it again. Sounds like a plan. How fun. Okay, so you guys would be excited for doing paloozas. And give it a shot. Yes, okay. I love the mini palooza. Hello. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Okay, hello, Laura Sullivan. She said a mini palooza sounds great. Okay, hello, Jean Shoot. All right, so it's sounding like I should start brainstorming and coming up with a plan for that. Okay, I like it. Very good. Okay. Hello, Vanessa Ritter. All right. Oh, you're very welcome, Sandy Coy Emery. Happy birthday. Julie said, GoFundMe is a great tool. We did one for your grandbabies that was hospitalized for 6 weeks. I just found the post on Facebook, and it says, the GoFundMe says link, it says unavailable now. Okay, so Joy Moody, if you're watching, I'll pull it up on my phone and see if I get the same thing. Does GoFundMe receive a percentage of the amount raised? If so, we send a check directly to Joy. Annette, that is exactly what I would say. We could send a check directly to Joy. And GoFundMe, just so you guys know, what I saw when I clicked on the link last night, and I wanted to send $100 to Joy. That's what I was going to send. I saw that it wanted $17.50, okay? And I'm a frugal person, you guys. I'm very conservative with my money. I like what I like just like all of us. We spend our money on what we want. And if I'm going to spend $100 helping Joy, I don't want to spend $117.50 helping Joy. I want to spend $100 to give it directly to her, right? So that's why I saw $17.50 for a fee. I was like, I don't know about that. So that's why, Joy, I was going to reach out to directly to you. So I'm on my Facebook page, you guys. And so when I click on the link right here, it goes here, and like what I saw, there's like a little privacy thing, but I was going to put donate now. And when you put in here, so the link works. I had put in 100, and when I go down here, I saw that, maybe this is it. Okay, here. You guys, I read this wrong. It automatically did 17.5. So GoFundMe has a 0. Okay, I need to apologize and retract what I just said. I didn't see that you could move the toggly thing, okay? All right, watch this, you guys. I didn't know this. GoFundMe has a 0% platform fee for organizers and relies primarily on the generosity of donors like you to operate our service. I did not see that. When I was on here last night on my computer, it was set at 17.5, and I didn't know that there was a bar there. And what it did is it automatically put the GoFundMe tip at $17.50. So now that I know this, Joy, I don't need to reach out to you. I know what to do. If I didn't realize that they were a 0% platform, you guys, I don't work with GoFundMe. I haven't really worked with them. I didn't know that. So now I'm clearing the air on all of this. Okay, so Annette and anybody else that would like to send any money to help Joy and her family through this hard time, you can choose what you want to give to GoFundMe. And if it's $1 or if it's $2 or if it's $3, just know, I will say normally when credit card companies are used or when you buy things using a website, the convenience is usually 3%. 2 to 3% is what it charges. So you guys, okay, I'm so happy we looked at this together because I could have given you some really bad information, you guys, and I don't like to do that. So know that you can pick what you send to GoFundMe for the donation for using the platform to send money to them, okay? So we have that cleared up. So, but if anybody still does want to send money directly to Joy, not through the GoFundMe, you guys reach out to me. I can help coordinate and facilitate that happening, okay? And above all, what Anna Carter just did was lifting prayers for Joy and her family. The prayers are probably the biggest thing that would help her too, right? Money's one thing, but the prayers, because there's power in praying. So, so there you go. Okay. So we've corrected ourselves. So now I know I'm starting to cry. So, so what you guys can do whatever. If you need help, let me know. I think we're good. All right. So the GoFundMe thing, 0%. I think we're good on that. So the fee was an option at setup for GoFundMe. My daughters didn't take a fee. You have to change the sliding thing on the 0. I just saw that. So very good, Julie. We're on the same page. Hi, Anik. Hello, Mimi Hohenstein. All right. Oh, okay. Hi, Susan Baki. Watching from Tampa, Florida on vacation. I love it. Hello, Carolyn Ketchmark. And let's see here. Do I have anybody else that popped in here? I think that I caught hello, Kathleen Anderson. There's Kari Dwyer. And yes, it defaults to 17. Okay, so there, figured that out. Oh, I did not even see that on my computer last night, but it took seeing it on my phone to see that. Hello, Sil Sand from Southeast Texas. And Kathy Showalter's coming in late. Yeah, so Laura is good. So perfect. Yes. Okay, so we're on track. So we talked about where I'm at with classes. We also talked about where we're at with the palooza. I also want to let people know, and I still got, like, every time the cat goes by, I feel like I get the fur. There is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator event only that is in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's on July 11th and 12th. So I'm calling all demonstrators that would love to attend a Stampin' Up! One-day event. And Shannon West is my business development advisor, DDM, Demonstrator Development Manager. Okay, she oversees the Midwest region, and I kind of convinced her to add a second day because I thought that we'd pull in the forces and have lots of people come to the event. And I just reached out to her today and found out where we're at, and she has the Paper Valley Hotel in Appleton booked for 2 days, the 11th and the 12th, and she has space for up to 200 each day. And at the current moment, she has 75 for Friday, and she has 69 or 67 for Saturday. And I promised her I would help to fill some seats. So if anybody is local, I know lots of people, it's the summertime, is vacation time, but if you don't have anything going on either of those days, I would love, you have to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so you could always join Stampin' Up! The event is only $40, and you go out for your own lunch. So the day consists of crafting and some creative presentations, and there's an optional shoebox swap at night, and you're going to be with crazy, like-minded, awesome crafters. I'm planning to go on Friday because I have a bridal shower to go on Saturday. My first cousin is getting married, and so I'm going to her bridal shower. But I have a crew of bees Gina and Jay Shante, Tracy Sorge, and a whole bunch of other bees are going on Saturday. So you would be among bees, regardless of which day you went. So just there's, if you didn't get the registration form, please reach out to me. I can absolutely forward it to you and get you signed up. You can get yourself signed up, okay? So we went over that. The other thing I want to share with you guys before we do class, I'm going to, it's my first live, official live of the new month, I think. And so I have my list of people who are going to get in on drawings for events tonight. And then also I wanted to share with you guys, I had somebody that was interested in these calendars, and I just talked with her and she found a different outlet for them. I know that we're almost halfway through the year. And so if anybody needs some mini calendars like this, like normally they were $4, but since we're halfway through the year, if anybody needs them, we would definitely not need to sell these for $4, but like a couple bucks would get you some mini tear-off calendars, and I could mail them out or include them in your July package. They usually go for like $4 on Tailored Expressions for a pack of 10, and then I've got actually 14 of them. So if anybody still is working on any projects where you could want to work with it being July and on, so you still have 6 good months, reach out to me. I want to make sure that these get utilized this year. That would be awesome. And then just to show you guys again what the product share consists of, I am looking for space. I want to fill up my product shares. I need 4 more people that would want to get in on the paper share to close one off, and I have about 4 or 5, I'd have to look at my numbers, but the ribbon share. This is my sample to show you what Jill and my mom, the culmination of their hard work. This was Annette and me, and then Judy Immel was the culmination of the embellishment share, her hard work, getting a sampling together. And I am looking to close off a few more of my shares that I have going on. And so that's what that would look like. If you want to get in on any of that stuff, reach out to me. Just know that that's a great sampling of everything. Then the DSP sampler, just to show you guys tonight, we're working with the cards, just to show you what the sampler is about. We're going to be working with the Bloom Impressions, the on-the-go paper, and that one has the Bloom Impressions. And so this sampler is something I put, hello Kenzie, long time no see. Took the convoy donations, not GoFundMe took the convoy donations. Yeah, I think I understood that happened back last year. That is definitely it. So Kenzie said, use Gifts and Go. They don't take any charges. Okay, so Kenzie, Joy's mom already set it up. Hi, Mary Schreiber. Hello, Michelle Forn. So it's already set up, and so I think that I definitely get it. There's different ways that you can set up the GoFundMes or the Give, Send, Go. Joy's already set up with the GoFundMe. It would be going to a good cause. I want to show you guys. So this is the DSP sampler, and I do have about 18 or 15 of these left. So if you want to get in on this thing, just reach out to me. It is a great, handy little reference tool for if you're an avid crafter or if you are a demonstrator who likes to show off all the different products when you have people over or you have classes. This paper right here comes from the Floral Impressions designer paper, and that's this pretty patterned paper. This one right here, this guy comes from the On The Go, and for this one, that was an online exclusive that launched in March, and we did piggyback off of the different pink colors. So your bag, oh, I just realized I glued all my hearts upside down. Ha ha. Oh well. So this one, that one, and that one were all interchangeable to me. So you don't know what bag you got until you get your card kit. And so you'll either have one of those 3 different pink patterns for your bag. So this is a great little tool. Oh, Vanessa would like the ribbon and the embellishment sampler. Yes, I definitely can add that for you, Vanessa, definitely. So I'm looking for people to fill a few spots before I can close them off. So Vanessa will have you for ribbon and embellishments. I'll add you to my list. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And the DSP samplers, you guys, it was a thick little unit here, and you get all the white pages printed, and you've got all the sample, like the DSP and all the cardstock that's it's all cut, ready to go. So just know I have them available. When you get it, it looks like this. It is a great little reference tool. So that is also available for people that if they'd like to get in on that yet. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see you guys. I just got this in the mail yesterday. I used the Lang little pocket calendars, and I've been waiting. I always get antsy. I always look for it at the end of April, and it's never available for purchase until about the second week or first week of June. So I finally ordered it off of Lang's website, and I got my Lang calendar. And I always do a 2-year pocket calendar. And so now that I have this, you guys, you know what that means? I go through with my pencil and I do a skeleton calendar for the entire next 2 years. Just laugh with me, not at me, because that's how super organized I love to be. So that's what I do with my calendars. I always map out with a pencil all when classes are, when events are going to be, and I put my skeleton calendar in here, and then I go from there. So I'm super excited to get my little calendar, you guys. So that's what I'm going to be working on this weekend when I have a little time. All right, so we have also here the Beekeeper's Guide, in case you guys need to get access to that. If you're in my community that supports me by taking classes with me regularly and purchasing Stampin' Up product from me, or if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, reach out to me. We do have a threshold that you would need to meet to get it for free, because it does take a lot of time and energy, and it's a free guide. And this is Brenda Watson. What I'm talking about, this is it's a great reference tool, and so it is. I provide it free to people who support me, and you have a link that you can go look at it on your technology. And I also have the means of hooking you up with my printer. In case anybody was looking for printed copies, you just have to fill out a registration form to get it so that my printer can coordinate that. So, yay. Oh, Sue would like ribbon and embellishments for porch pickup. Wonderful. Okay, Sue, we will make that happen. I like it. I've got you on my note here. Lynn Beasley loves pocket calendars. I do too. You guys, I'm a paper person to the nth degree. I wonder why I like paper crafting so much. And I love having paper in front of me. I do not use a Google Calendar. I do not use Google. I don't really use Google any electronic kind of calendars, except for on my website. I create the calendar for you guys to see events. But for me personally, I use a paper calendar. I love it. All right, so are you guys ready to do some stamping? I have, if you guys are wondering what the bag is in the background, I had asked my silvers, the gals on my team who are silver, during my sale-a-bration celebration in April, what I should do with my bag that I got from Raleigh. I'm kind of overloaded on bags up there, over there. There's bags everywhere. And so I got another bag, and I asked the girls what they thought I should do with it. And we knew that there was a sign-up special in May coming. And so they said, why don't you raffle it off to somebody on your team, new to your team. So if you join my team, either my team, my first, second, or third level, if you join my team and you place your first order in May, right off the bat, I put your name in for a drawing. So we'll do that drawing later. And if I do the drawing and you win it and you're like, and I show it to you and you're like, yeah, I wouldn't use it, pass it on to somebody else, we'll also do that too. Because sometimes you might get something and you might never use it, but the next person would have used it till it's worn out. Like, that's always an option too. So we'll do that. So, all right. Mimi says, it is wonderful and makes designing a pleasure instead of a nightmare. I agree. The DSP samplers, they're pretty awesome to have that as a reference tool. And also, I will have to say the Beekeeper's Guide. So 2 things. What I don't know if Mimi was referring to my Beekeeper's Guide here. I will be honest. Before we had the Beekeeper's Guide and we were kind of in limbo with using online and, well, which we currently are. We're still using online and a catalog that has half the amount of things in it. It was a designing nightmare, you guys. I actually sometimes cringed at the thought of designing cards. I did. I really did. So if I was feeling that way, just like Mimi felt that way, I know that others feel that way. And so that's why we came out with this. And I've heard nothing but positive things from people about this Beekeeper's Guide. So it is a game changer for designing, especially if you are a demonstrator and you're holding classes for people and you really want to try to use current product. That guide is a one-stop shop for knowing what's really current. Now, I will admit, just like Stampin' Up makes mistakes with their catalogs, Kelly and we also missed, and we didn't take out some of the last chance items, and we did have one item wrong in the catalog that we found after the fact, but we can always write in the catalog and fix it, right? So there's a tag of thanks the picture was wrong, and it was referenced, I think, and Simply Said was left out. So there was minor things. So, but that's what you'll have. Hi, Yvette Lopez. Can you remind us how much they are for Sherry Stewart? For my printer, yeah, it's $25 to have it. For my printer, the hookup with my printer is, it is got a plastic cover and this back pleathery thing, and then the binding with that is $25. So it's not inexpensive, but it's not expensive. I guess I would say it's better than if you would go to Staples and you would print it yourself. I wasn't originally going to offer it as an option for people, but when people were telling me they were going to Staples and finding out that it was going to cost $45 or $50 for them to print it, I was like, no, it shouldn't be that much. So I have an in with where I get my stuff printed. It's one of my best friends and her parents' business, and they basically charge me what they get charged for copies, and so I've been blessed with that kind of benefit, and so that's how it could be $25 versus for people going out to Staples or Econo Print or EP Direct or wherever you go get your printing. And I was like, no, we can't have people spending $45 to print it on their own. So that's why I was going to put people in touch with my printer and connect that part of it. So I'm staying kind of removed from that. So yes, Sherry, you can definitely text me. And if you guys want to text me for a link for it, I'll send you the link so that you can officially get registered for it. And Sherry wants a ribbon share. Yay. Okay. All right. So we've got, oh my goodness, my pencil cover keeps falling off. And I don't know if I need to twist it or what I need to do. There, stay on. Okay, perfect. Okay. Hey, yo, Adrian. Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. A long time no see. I love it. Thanks for joining the customer swap group this month. That's exciting. Julie said she got her pink tote and her bronze elite pin. Yay, whoop, whoop. Good job, Julie. That's exciting. I should have my pink tote. I have a box that's waiting for me in the mudroom, so my pink tote should be here too. Oh, I wonder if it's in there, if I should have grabbed it and showed it to you guys. So, oh, it being the Beekeeper's Guide. Okay, good. So the Beekeeper's Guide, I definitely am on the same page with you with designing. It is a game changer for making cards. It definitely is. Okay, you guys, let's make some cards. So, Julie Bierschbach went live for the first time yesterday in the Hive. Yay, Julie. So I love that she started doing classes in January. That is potential spam, you guys. You know what we're going to do? Send you to the do not call. So Julie started doing card classes back in January with basically kits to go with a tutorial and then in person. And starting yesterday, you guys, we had her do her first live. So just know that you can get some more creative content by watching Julie Bierschbach. And she was live at 3 o'clock yesterday, and she like start to finish, she was done in 1 hour making 3 cards. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Julie, that's awesome. She cruised through it. And I said, that's because you probably didn't jibber jabber like I do on the front end of my lives. I have so many updates, and I feel like there's so much to talk about with you guys. I feel like Mr. Rogers sometimes. It's like, there'll be lots to talk about, right? There's like his little song at the end. So we have lots to talk about. And just know that for those that don't like the jibber jabber, I always think, well, you can always watch the replay and fast forward. But there's so many people that have told me that they love hearing everything that's going on and knowing what's up to date and getting caught up. And that's why I do it. So just know that that's good. So Angelique got her bronze elite pin as well. Yay, whoop, whoop. And you guys, and Angelique, you also got your bee necklace from me. I saw that you were sporting it at the event this past weekend. So I'm excited that you did. All right. And Sherry said she did a great job. She sure did. Yeah. You guys, oh, hello, Mitzi Stanley. Angelique was one of our presenters for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. She did her first ever, oh, and you're talking about Julie. Hello, Sonia Wells. So Julie presented or did her first live in the Hive here yesterday, but Angelique, you guys, she did her first presentation for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. I was blown away. I normally have the same gals that do the presentations for me, for the creative presentations for my events. And it was awesome that I had 4 new gals come forward, or I asked them if they would be willing to do creative presentations. So Georgine Darbro, who is watching as well, she did a creative presentation for us on Thursday. And then Nancy Charles had never done a creative presentation, and she did one on Friday. Angelique did her first one on Saturday, and Linda Zaleski did one on Sunday. So amazing. These girls are getting, like, it's nice to have the ability to dabble in it and see if it's something that's for them. And so that was super cool that we had 4 brand new presenters, and it gave my regular crew of presenters a break, that they could sit back and relax and not have to think about getting live on a camera, because it makes you a little nervous. You guys, I don't get nervous in front of you here, but if I had to do a creative presentation in front of others somewhere else outside of this environment, I would get sweaty armpits, and I would have a fast-paced heart, and my hands would start to shake. You don't believe it, but it is a big thing. It is a hard thing to do. So you guys, these 4 girls that did this, I'm so excited. And then for Julie to go live on my yesterday, I know she had all the feelings, and she rolled right through it. She rocked it. She never even came off as nervous. I listened to her, and she just like went with it. It was awesome. Yeah, Julie did a great job for her first one. I definitely have to say that she did. So kudos to that, you guys. I have a growing team of people that are excited about doing lives and seeing what their future holds for what they want to do with their Stampin' activities and adventures. So cool. Yes, Judy, she did a great job. I definitely agree. Whew, update away, says Michelle. I love it. So yeah, and my team email went out to all my bees, the latest buzz. That went out, I think I sent it out last night. So you guys can check that for my team, that team email went out. So there's lots of information in there. So, okay, I think we're ready. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. You guys, we had lots of singing in the hive this weekend. You guys, I'm not the only one that hears words and chants out a musical song, right? Or a line from a movie. So I know I'm not alone. All right, so I was showing you the different cards, like the totes here, the totes magotes. And there's this one, that one, and I believe the other card is... I'm gonna have it really handy fast. Okay, there's one more card, and let's see if I get it in my card kit. But the other one is the more of the crosshatch. If I think of a 31 bag, that other pattern it reminds me of the 31 bag pattern. So we're gonna make a Totes My Goats card here. We've got the hugs, and we've got a coneflower. So I have to actually, well, we need to do roll call, right, Bigger Tigger? I saw you walking this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's see here. We have the June monthly cards. So let's grab this out, you guys. People have told me they like it when they see a Post-it note on my card kits, because that means that there's something that I need to adapt or work with. Okay, so wait one moment, please. I didn't forget, and I'm so excited that nobody had to remind me, but we're going to do roll call. Roll call is important to me. I like to show my appreciation for people who take my classes with me, and there's quite a few tonight. I had mentioned that we're making up 20 more of this class. So that's amazing. That's really amazing. I had a lot of people do this in person with me and lots take the kits to go. I want to say thank you to everybody who got this class, either paying for it or getting it free with an order. You are the reason that I can continue to do what I do, getting my classes. I appreciate that. And then also, I like to do roll call because it has been a blur for the last month since I got back. Probably I'd have to say Disney wasn't a blur because that was really slow paced. But after Disney, it was full speed ahead, like ludicrous speed from the Spaceballs movie. That's what I like to relate it to. It was ludicrous speed ever since I got back. And so if I miss signing anybody up for this class, do not fear. I have kits available. We made sure to kit some extra so that if I did miss anybody, we got you covered. So first on my list was, wait, I got to go to the monthly class. Tundra Hudson, you guys. Tundra signed up for the monthly class for the entire year back in January. So she's always going to be number one in my book for this class. Oh, do you love that, Tundra? All right, Julie Bontrangers, 2. Donna Grushke. Gloria Memmer. Gloria, this is your first class. I'm so excited for you to pick this one as your first class. And now she's even signed up for her second class next week, which is cool. Lori Kaiser, Linda Rios, Laura Johnson, Mary Lemke, Jeannie Parker, Vicky Rodriguez, Francis Rodriguez, Julie Block, Joanne Naples, Mary Carls, Gwen Petrashek, Kay Weir, Jean Terwilliger, Rose Garibaldi, Cindy Runtree, Linda Scott, Fancy Nancy Billets, Jean Shute, Kathleen Ketterman, Faye Godby, Holly Paplow, Susan Wormley, Mary Hodges, one of Mary's first classes. I haven't really said her name out loud. Andy Acquisto, Kathy Showalter, Christina Heiser, Angelique McClendon, Carmen Sanders, myself, Debbie Stone, Trisha Fagley, Nancy Cochran, Susan Bellamy, Sue S. Worthy, Sherry Everett, Sandy Coy Emery, Phyllis Oderman, Feline Mays, Pat Fleming, Lynn Beasley, Leslie McMinn, Kelly Gibson, Karen Woods, Janice Ormiston, Hope Toy, Doris Munson, Sherry Stewart, Jeannie Gertis, Vera Anderson, Angela Knutson, and last but certainly not least on my list at this moment is Carmen Melendez. And she won't be the last one because I know that there will be at least 5 or so more people that want to get in on this class, which is awesome. We had actually, I lied, I thought we had 4 people in person the other day. We had 6 on for the 1 o'clock class, which was awesome. I had 12 for the evening, and I have 6 for the Saturday morning. So there was a few more people for the in-person signed up, and then a few more for the online, and so we ended up with more. Hello, Hunky Noodle Boy. What you doing, buddy? Cakes? Hi, Mom. How's it going? I want some love, or treats, or food, or something. Maybe just water. You guys, here he is. So Hunky's here for class, you guys. Hunky, your name was not on the list though, buddy. You didn't get a set of card kits. All right, move your butt, boy. All right, we're gonna move this out of here, you guys, and we're gonna talk about our kits. So just a reminder, Laura Sullivan didn't hear your name. That's because you weren't on my list. I don't know if you signed up for this class, Laura. You were not on my list. So I bet you any money that if we go back to your email list, I'm gonna just do this right here, and I gotta figure it out because I literally just sent an email to you for enrolling. And if we look at your email, Carissa, my June class picks are the suite and IPS. Oh, Laura Sullivan, look at this, I found it. So it's not in your email to CBC enroll on May 30th. It just says here suite and IPS, so that's why we only wrote down for you suite IPS. So if you do want this class, we can always add it to your July package. So I remembered that off the top of my head that you didn't sign up for this class, and so no worries if you want it though, you guys. We kitted up more. So for those people that, and Michelle Foran didn't hear her name. Michelle, I don't think you're on my list for this class. So for those people who didn't hear your name and you want your name to be on my list, we will figure out exactly what happened. For Laura Sullivan, we figured it out right off the bat, you guys. Now, Michelle, I'm pretty sure that on your class list, I only saw IPS. And if you want these classes, you guys, I can make it happen. I am not worried at all. And what we'll do, and Michelle, your box is still here. I haven't shipped it out. I can easily add the June monthly class. Now, Laura said, I know, I'm sorry. So what I need for Laura and Michelle and anybody else, I'm not going to write your names in now. What I need is you to send me an email, and you can include CBC Enroll and cardsbychrisb.com, my email. Just let me know if you want this, because I want to make sure I get you on the list before I do run out. And I can definitely make it happy. So, yeah. So, Michelle, too. I'm pretty sure, Michelle, I only had you down for June IPS, okay? So, you guys, all of this is fresh in my mind because I literally went through all of the emails on Monday night, and it's only 3 days. If it, like 3 weeks pass or 2 weeks pass, then I sometimes forget things. But I'm on my A game with this. So Michelle wants it, and July is fine. Okay, perfect. So Michelle, I'll have to recalculate. I got to send you an email with your total. So I'll put June monthly class in there. And Kelly didn't hear her name unless you said it when the dang. So Kelly Gibson, I'm pretty sure I did say you, but I will double check as well. So I'm pretty sure Kelly Gibson, you're signed up because you got absolutely everything for the month of June. So, all right. So golden ticket, you guys. Here's your golden ticket. It's the June monthly class. Today's date is June 12th. This is important if you don't make your cards right away. Keep the golden ticket with the cards. I will say that this month, just to avoid any confusion with people, we individually wrapped everybody's classes. We did not put 3 or 4 card classes into a pink or a purple bag like we have done in the past. I had all my helpers package every class kind of separately, and it wasted, in my mind, it was wasteful to use plastic on every class, but it was helpful for us because we could easily double check names before they shipped out, and when you guys get them, you'll be able to easily see what classes you got. So yes, they are individually wrapped. I don't know if I'm going to go forward with that every time. I guess I'll look for some feedback from you. Did you like having your classes each in its own cello bag, or are you good? And I'm not going to, it's either going to be one way or the other way. I can't do it both ways. So if I hear mixed results, I'm just going to keep doing what I would normally do, and which is what's best for us, which is either kit them like in the same package or not. But if you like them, and if I get an overabundance of people saying, yes, I like them individually wrapped in their own cellophane bag, please do that every single time. I will definitely heed the warning and the caution and the suggestions of doing that, okay? I want you guys to be happiest with your card kits, and if it means having them individually wrapped, I'll do that. So it was helpful, but it just costs more in plastic, right, over the course of time, right? So that's just putting that out there for another thing for you guys to let me know some feedback. I save all your plastic and I can send, Laura said, I can send it back and you can reuse for me. Okay. I do appreciate that. The thing is that it's really hard to save them and say, okay, these bags are just going to be for Laura Sullivan. So I'm going to put it out there that if people do send me their bags back, I do not mind reusing them at all. I just won't pay attention though to who gets them. You guys, my helpers aren't going to be like, oh yeah, Laura Sullivan's bag is this one. It needs to get reused for her. There's too much to think about when we're kitting up stuff, and it's usually a mile a minute. So I guess I would say if you guys are okay with us reusing bags, and you generally hear that people don't care that I reuse the bags, it's a bag, right? You're going to end up potentially throwing it away, but some people save them. If you save me bags and send them back to me, I don't throw them away. I will reuse them, and I will put somebody else's kit in them. It might just look crunchy or like crinkly compared to like somebody getting a fresh one. I have people locally here that give me their DSP sampler bags back. So this bag right here, this cellophane, and they bring me back all the little bags. I'll be honest, we do reuse them. And if they look bad, I just keep giving them to in-person people. And there's usually 5 or 6 bags that keep getting rotated, and they don't care because it's a bag, right? But you guys will notice with the DSP sampler little baggies, we'll sometimes peel the thing off, and sometimes we'll put it right over the top because it's a little bag, right? So, all right. So just putting that out there, if you guys ever get reused poly bags or cello bags or cello bags or whatever they're called, don't think we're being cheap. We're just being conservative with our resources, right? And not affecting the biggest resource of them all, like planet Earth, right? Okay, so good. All right, so I'm glad we had that little talk, you guys. I'll send mine back to you, maybe help with the cost. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, the little baggies are a cent. They're a penny, right? So if I have 60 of them, it's 60 cents, right? If I have 100 of them going for a class, it's 100 pennies, right? Right, $1. so it's a horse apiece, you guys. I don't know if it necessarily saves a lot in the end of things, but if it makes us feel better about reusing, like the reduce, reuse, recycle, if it makes us feel better about reusing things, I'm all for that too. So like, just know that if you send me back any of the bags that I use in my shipping for you guys, I don't throw them away. I will reuse them. Like, Mary Carls brings them back. She'll get a pile and she'll send them back. The one thing I don't use a lot of is they have a very specific purpose. The bags that you get around the dies, those I wouldn't use ever in putting somebody's card kits in them. So those would be used for something else somewhere else down the road for something that we need. But okay. Oh, I'm good. All right, good. Exciting stuff, you guys. Okay. I give them to my sister for when she cuts up the cards she recycles so she can keep it together. Absolutely. Good. Yes. Yes. Love it. Good. You use that stuff up. You love your stuff in a cello bag. Then the costs will go up. I am saving. I'll bring those along for the DSP sampler bags. Yeah, that would be great, Sue. I accidentally ordered some wrong bags from Stampin' Up that I'll send you. Yeah, we use, you guys. We use up the stuff. So, yes, never a dull moment here, kitting up and putting stuff in cello bags. So, all right, so golden ticket we talked about. I'm just going to randomly pick this card right here. We're going to start with this one and see what, oh, very nice, this one. Okay, so white envelope, you guys. One of the things that people have been telling me is that not all demonstrators put envelopes with their card kits. And so I've always done that. So you always can get an envelope and all your bits and parts are in here when you get a kitted class for me. So when you open up the package, you want to be careful because there are usually gems. And we try to keep them on one side. It depends on how you open it up, but there usually is like, our goal is to have a big mat here, and then you have your gems right on the top of that. And think of the environment. Yes, exactly. We reuse the bag. So this one, you'll see an embossed piece of strawberry slush. This is called Join Together for this embossing folder. It is it came out with the Kintsugi Inspirations, that suite of products. And so it's a pretty cool that it has different textures on the sides. Like there's flowers over here, there's cracked rock or cracked glass, There's the diamondy pattern, and then there's more flowery pattern on the side. So that's a cool, that's for that folder. Then we also included in your kit here a strip of a 1/2 inch of the Flower Garden foil paper. And you might not be so familiar with that. It came out under the paper section here. It says it's the Flower Garden Foil Specialties DSP. So they call it DSP, but it's a foil. There's 3 colors. There's Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush, and Cloud Cover. And so it's interchangeable. You might have this pattern or that pattern. One pattern is flowers, flower, and the other pattern is the diamondy pattern. And I don't know if I'll catch it in the light here, but there's a little pattern to it that is more diamondy, which it matches actually down here. And if you got the flower one, it matches the flower. So it was a great embossing folder to use with that foil. Then there's a die set that came out with the paper pumpkin. So let's see here if I can find it easily. It's called Hugs a Bloom, and not Higgs, but Hugs, and I don't even know. I wonder if Kelly has it in here. This would be a good, inquiring minds want to know. So under the die section, it's called Hugs a Bloom. She doesn't. Okay, so this is, it came out after, I don't know. I'll have to think about why we might have missed Hugs a Bloom here. There's a die set. Paper Pumpkin comes out with every 3 months, it seems. And there's a new one now. So this one's called Hugs a Bloom. And it's $12. And it says you need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to buy this. I'm a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and I have customers who are not Paper Pumpkin subscribers, and they can contact me and I can buy them. And I could always, this is so light and so little, I could always add it into a future class package. So just because you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber doesn't mean you can't get your hands on this product, I guess is what I'm saying. So I could be your dealer from Stampin' Up that helps you get the Hugs of Bloom dies. And then there is a new one that is coming out. At the moment, I got to think about what the name is, but this set of dies is what we use. So there's a label, and there's a word hugs, there's a flower, and then there's the leaf set. So that's where these came from. And if I'm not mistaken, if you go into what's new arrivals, you can see that the new one is called Circle of Seasons dies. And this is while supplies last, but this will be in coordination with the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkin kits. So this has the word hello in it with a circle. And there's an acorn, and then there's a strawberry. There's not an acorn. Yeah, there's an acorn. And then it also is interchangeable that it could become a strawberry, and there's a leaf and a flower. So another little die set. And I'll have to see once. I do think that is in the Paper Pumpkin category, and I wonder, I don't see it in the New Beekeeper's Guide. So, but not to say, now that you guys have your guide, if you go to the dies, where the dies end here, well, that's punches. But you guys can write in your book, right? So you could, what you could do is write Hugs a Bloom dies and the item number and the cost, and you could hand write it in here so that you don't forget that that is an option. Okay. I'm a dealer. Yeah. Thanks, Yvette. She put in there the item number for the Circle of Seasons. So again, you need to be a dealer of the Stampin' Up! Products of Paper Pumpkin, and you can order that stuff, okay? All right. Hi, Eileen. All right, so you guys are going to want to burnish your card base. I always try to marry up the corners here, make sure they're nice and lined up. And I use thick white. When I generally use thick white, I do not give a matte on the inside. And you'll notice that too when you guys get your card kits from Rose, the Rose Coleman Technique Club class. She's in Canada. So if you are in Canada and you are looking for an amazing demonstrator, Rose is your girl. She designed the Technique Club class cards, and she used a white thick base, and then she put a white mat over the top. I couldn't do it. Oh, I think I did though. Annette, I think we did it. I think we still put a thick white, or a white inside on the thick white. I was thinking we weren't going to. Hello, Donna. All right, so here's your designer paper. That side kind of matches. So if you're not a fan of this side, you could always flip it over and use this side. And I'm going to make this card a different way. Right now, the foil, I put it on the side, but the general consensus was that people liked the foil in the middle. It kind of broke up the pattern. So how you do that is you're going to grab your tear and tape, and we're going to flip over on that left side, so which is the right side. Now, when we flipped it over, we're going to grab our tear and tape, and liquid glue could work, but it gets a little messy using that with foil. So I would I would heed caution with using liquid glue. You could use mini glue dots or tape runner. I guess I'm more of a liquid glue girl in general, but this would be my next best option. I'm gonna, oh, I did it wrong. Ha ha. One moment, please. Reverse, reverse. Dear's calling. Oh man. I'll call you back. Sorry, dear. Oh, so, okay, you guys, we're gonna pause here for a moment. Susan said it's in page 89, and that is because she has it. I love it. She has it with paper pumpkin. Wonderful. You have the Hug of Blooms dies, the Merry Tags and More, Every Celebration dies, and the Love of Spring dies. There you go. Thanks, Susan Bellamy, for that assist. I really appreciate it. Okay, you guys, I did this backwards, and it's okay. It'll still work, but I meant to put the tear and tape in the middle. So now we just prepped the other side with some tear and tape for that experience later. So I wanted to show you what the foil looks like down the middle. Something is weird tonight on the phone. Oh man, not good. All right, so again, I want my foil on this side. So I'm gonna flip it over. I'm a righty. So I want to get this lined up. And I'm trying to have a good 1/8 of an inch. It's more like 3/16, I would have to guess, of foil. And I'm trying to make it be even all the way down. Okay, so then that now will be able to get glued. And you're gonna have to pick which side you like, right? Do you want that side or that side? Either one works. I kind of like the trail, that path, being divoted down. And so I'm gonna put liquid glue everywhere else on here. So just connecting the foil, that shiny side of the foil, will be better with tear and tape. Now I am going to still leave a little bit of strawberry slush border on the left. Just a little bit. And yeah, be careful because I put tear and tape, so it's not going to wiggle as much as I normally would have expected it to. And then if anything is a hair too long, don't hesitate to trim your hairs. And they're, you know, we got into the conversation, well, is it a coarse hair? Is it a fine hair? What kind of hair is it? Right? That's a really fine hair is what I cut off, okay? That came up this weekend. All right, so that's great. Now we can do a little bit more glue on the back of this. And then this will go right onto our card front. This is a nice layout, you guys. I love this layout. If you're ever struggling to make a card and not sure what to do, piece of embossed matte, and then a strip of designer paper, and then something along the bottom here is awesome. Now, if you're a person that doesn't like things so white and you need texture or color, you could definitely splatter on here. You could stamp a background stamp on here and have it so it's not so stark white, but I'm good with it the way it is. And what I'll do first though is I'm going to Stella my hugs, because it's easier to Stella the hugs on here. Then once you get it onto the white, you get Stella kind of everywhere. So let's get that. And then I'm also going to Stella, Ella, my leaves. Hello, big boy. What are you doing back there? You're lurking. No, I'm not, Mom. I'm just waiting for you to get done so we can get a Scooby snack. Okay, bigger Tigger. All right, so I got my stuff Stellaed. Now, this one, we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Like, there he is. Hello, handsome kitten. Hi, baby cakes. What's up? Mom, when are you going to be done? Well, big boy, we just started, actually. That's not what I want to hear. I'm going to go cause trouble over here. Okay, Tigger. All right, so we've got our little label, and that's going to go right about here. So Mimi said, every time I get an annoying ad, it knocks me out of the live, and I have to close out and come in and watch another darn ad. Oh, on the TV, it's fine though. So yeah, I wonder, you guys, is it possibly that it's a setting in your technology that's causing that? Like, could you potentially change something? Because if you're telling me that it happens in the TV, not in the TV, but it happens on your phone, there's gotta be some sort of a setting. All right, so get your hugs glued, and got it right about there. And then what I did is I popped up all of my leaves, and I also popped up my flower, maybe in the middle, I think. So these are all big. Oh, there they are. Oh, here the little guys are. I like to use the little dimensionals on my leaves here. And I don't think I need to even worry, but I think I'll put a little maybe glue dot on the stem. So glue dots are here, so we'll put that on the stem. So that will go flat while our leaves get popped up. Yeah, Yvette Lopez, somehow I accidentally got premium as well. And it is $14 a month, but I will tell you, especially for me going live with you guys, when I watch on my phone here, I watch your comments, I don't have any ads that pop up. And I'm happy for that because then I don't get lost in the sauce, right? So I'm good to go with you guys. But it is, you know, it's like, well, it's a cost, but it's definitely, it makes a difference that you don't get ads. So I did put the dimensional here because remember, I put that little glue dot there and that kind of hangs out right where that opening is right there. And that's just where I have that flower hanging out. So I know, Laura Sullivan, you need to ask your daughter to help you fix your, like, look at your phone. You guys, my mom told me the reason that she had children is to, and this was a joke, right? But she told me the reason she had children was to help teach her technology, right? So my dad will get things on the phone accidentally and he clicked on something and then all of a sudden they got something and my brother's helping my dad get it off, or my dad can't find something and my mom can't find something. So we help my parents as much as we can with their technology. So that's why they had kids. You guys, look at that. Oh man. So here's the deal. I got so excited that I didn't even stamp anything on the inside. And I should have done that first. But for those of you at home that haven't started putting your cards together, I have a tip for you. And that is a tip that I shared in person with people. Let me grab my, oh man, I don't have enough room here. Let me grab my Strawberry Slush ink pad, which we're also using on the next card. And there is, so we didn't even talk about, well, there's no really stamp set that goes with this because the dies are paper pumpkin dies. But in the notes and the totes, there's a little hibiscusy flower. And that's what I'm going to use if I can find or locate it. I found the butterfly. Maybe we'll put a butterfly on the inside. So, buttons on your underwear. There's a saying in the right words. It says, hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories. Okay, so I had a bunch of people. Look at that. Okay, it's on a block somewhere. Okay, I'm going to go peruse the table. Give me, guys, 10-second commercial break. But there's probably no commercials. Tigger, what's up, big boy? So, nowhere to be found. Okay, so I have, this is for this next card. Well, I have to say, and you guys can't see them anywhere, can you? So, there is just a note, which is also on a block somewhere. So they might appear before the night's over. And if that happens, we'll stamp our inside. But my tip for you is, for those that haven't put this together yet, what you should do is stamp your inside. Stamp your sentiment first. And if it doesn't turn out good, you can always flip it inside out and glue this onto here, right? So get your sentiment stamped first if you're going to use a sentiment. Now, that one that I just read to you is perfect, but also just a note would fit in there very nicely too. So, and I will say that my hibiscus is missing too. So little baby Jesus lost and found, please bring my stamps around, okay? And normally they are around me. Oh my God, I found them! Look at that! Ask and you shall receive. All right. Oh, I just didn't dig far enough in my pile. You guys, they were literally in my coat right next to me. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that happens to everybody else too, right? All right, well, knowing now what we know, we have our ink pad. Look under the totes cards on your right. Okay, they weren't over there. They were in my tub right here on the bottom. They were just down a little bit further, but that's how that goes. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to make every attempt here to stamp this red rubber stamp, and I want to see if the stamp is straight or not. So let's go. It's okay. I'm going to go for this because somebody will win this card later in life when we do that figuring out, and we're going to stamp that because it's a nice card for uplifting for somebody. And that's pretty straight. All right, but again, you could have used just a note if you have that or any other sentiments that you guys have. With this one, you guys really didn't need to have any stamps except for sentiments and something to go on the inside for a focal image. So I'm going to put that little hibiscus down there. It's a little adorable hibiscus. Okay, and it doesn't necessarily match those flowers, but still it's a flower. So it works. In my mind, it does. That was fast, right, Sue? I totally agree. Oh, man. All right, that's it. We got that one done. That one was lickety split. I can handle that. All right, kitten. So, guess who's hanging out in the sink? Tigger. That's you. I know. I see you, buddy. You guys, he's hanging out in the sink. I think he wants some water. There you go, kitten. Okay, so card number 1 is done. Let's cruise on over and boogie to number 2. Number 2, okay, is our beach card. This one's more encompassing. There's a lot more going on with this. Okay, your pink gems are on the top. So the pink gems that we use for this card and the last card, they are those strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems that just launched. And they look like that. They're strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. They have whitish, a light pink, and then the darker pink. And we used them on 2 of the cards here, which is awesome. We could have used them on the 3rd card, but the 3rd card looked better having some dark gems, which we'll get to. It lets you create a queue of videos to play one after another. There are other few small perks too, but I can set up the playlist, start cleaning or whatever, and not have to think about it. That's exactly. So here's a sample of the card that we'll look at. And it's a beach card, you guys. So we're going off to the beach. We got our totes my goats here. You have a little white scarf. I did try stamping a scarf with some flowers and it looked too busy. It looked crisp and clean with white. But just know, you could always sponge color on your scarf. You could stamp little flowers on it. You could improvise with your scarf if you wanted. This is the Waves of the Future in Waves of the Ocean embossing folder. So we've got some waves in the background. Got that. Here is what we've got for your sunglasses. So we've got your silver foil for the background, and then we've got a pink for the top. And now that pink, when you die cut that, you end up getting 2 hearts. If I only had a heart. There's 1, and there's 2. And they both get consumed in this card, one on the tote bag, and then the other one we put on the bottom inside, right, like that. Now, if you guys know Rose Coleman, she taught me a trick, and it was to adhere a little bit of, or put a little bit of glue on the back of stuff like this, like really fine, intricate stuff, especially when it's gluing to foil, and let it marinate and get tacky, because then what it will do is not smear all over. So we're gonna set this off to the side for the moment and let that hang out. You have a handle for your bag. You have your little side strips here, and you have a bottom strip, and then there is a piece of designer paper. So I got hearts, and you could potentially have the crosshatch or the stripes. We started this as a 3x4 piece of paper from the designer paper, and it's not actually making like a 3D bag. We're just attaching it to the front of our card. So when the die cutters cut, they made sure that your edges were aligned, that they weren't cut short. And it's just enough for this little guy's, that side and this side folds over like this, and your bottom does fold up. Now this little tabby thing here, that's gotta go. Like, you gotta nip that out of here so that it's gone and not in the way. Because what happens is all of this kind of folds up, and we're gonna put this onto our card front just like that. Okay, so that's part of the bag. You have a little starfish. You have a little snail. That snail, you guys, when we did the scrapbooking card, we ended up with so many strips of pink bubble bath 2-tone paper. So we decided to make a 2-tone bubble bath snail for you. That's what we've got on there. Then you have your sand hill. And with your sand hill, you're going to need to rip it. I generally take my naughty fingernail and I use that. You could use your index finger too, but either way, I feel like I have more control. It's my longest finger, so I feel like it works better. I'm just ripping this, like good old-fashioned ripping. And you can go up, you can go down, but you're making a sand hill, and then you're making it so the paper is fuzzy like that. And you can always make it shorter if you want to. Okay, so that is our sand hill. And then you have a white inside. And then you have your fence that you need to put together. And there's 2 side beams, and then there's 6 posts. And I'll just set them off to the side for now. And this one needs to also get burnished. We don't burnish that for you. Hello, Rosemary Schmidt. It's a vertical card, so make sure you are stamping your stuff vertical. And if you notice, there's no words on the outside. And you could always, if you wanted words on the outside, you could cut a little piece of white that is maybe like a 1/2 inch or 3/8 inch tall by maybe an inch, and you could put something off to the side if you wanted. Up here you could put it, or you could put it down there, but I guess I didn't think about having words. But you can. All right, so this is for the sand, and our sand is with the cakes that are the crumb cakes, the crumbs of the cake. And there is in the Totes Magotes stamp set, the notes and totes, there's sand. I did try to stamp these little flowers on my scarf, and it was just way too much. It was too busy, but I got the Sending Warm Wishes could go on the inside, and we've got a little sun that we're going to stamp on there. So let's do that first, and let's see here. We'll grab this guy, and the sand, again, was in crumb cake. And it's just, I could have used basic beige. I really could have. And you could do second strength to like mix and match. But I'll tell you, my basic beige has this greeny undertone to it. And it looked green on here. So I thought crumb cake was a better option for me. Now, if you have a crumb cake, a basic beige pad that is not so greeny, by all means, go for basic beige. But I was more of the Sahara sand. Sorry, oh my gosh. If you have Sahara sand, that would be a perfect option, I think. Okay, so that's what I've got for the outside here in crumb cake. And what we're gonna do first is grab our water, figure out which side you want to have up or down, and then we're going to glue this down. Now, I did this a little higher than that one, and it's okay. You could always rip off a little more, but we're gonna put this on first with a little liquid glue, 42, and I'm going to line up. Now, if your sand is longer than your blue, you can trim it, and if your blue is longer than your sand, you could always trim your blue just a hair, right? You want these to be flush on the sides, and then there's nothing holding us back. You guys are gonna be amazed. There are no ribbons on any of the 3 cards. You're probably thinking, what was in her head? Well, I had just come out of designing for Paper Palooza, which every card had ribbon on. My mom had 96 times 21. It's 2016. And some cards, 2 of the cards had 2 pieces. So I believe my mom cut over 2,100 pieces of ribbon for me for the Palooza. And when it came to designing these cards, I gave her a break. So there's no ribbon on these 3 cards, and the Scenic Adventures, there's only 1 card that has ribbon. And so I gave her a little bit of time off from cutting ribbon. And she every time she'd come, she'd be like, oh, more ribbon. All right, so how I'm doing my post here. With premium, you can block anything. Can you block anything? That's a good question for a vet. If a vet is still listening, with premium, can you block anything? Like generally, you don't get commercials. So I have not seen a commercial. You guys come up on my phone since we started. So with this, the fence posts, I'm going to put 2 of them like this. And I think that what I did is I just put a little dot of glue right here. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue right about here. Right? So you guys, if it's your fence, you're carpenters now, you're building a fence. If you want this down a little bit lower, you could do it a little bit lower. If you want it up a little higher, you could do it up a little higher. But ultimately, oops, I just did that wrong. I was thinking that this was a little wider, but we're just going to scoop that glue up, and I'm gluing my top first. Sorry, I didn't mean to put glue there. And then I'm going to scoop this guy in here. And I'm connecting these two pieces first. Now, you guys, there's so many different ways you could put your fence together. And if you want, you could glue it right onto here. But what I wanted to do first was put my fence together. And there's 3 little dots here on both sides. And so I put the top one right below it. And you want to connect these two. And then what you can do, excuse me, you can put your other guy at the bottom here. And I'm going to connect these. I'm trying to make sure I have the same distance. And that kind of builds the base or the foundation of the fence. Oh, Bridget Rose said the cookies are delicious. I will tell Mom thanks. So Bridget, you got your package really fast. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. All right, so there's the start of it. Now you have 4 left. And what I'm going to do is position them all about equal amounts away from each other. So buttons on your underwear, I'm just kind of eyeballing where my 4 posts are going to go. Right like that. Oh, you guys, I did it on the back side. I meant to flip it over. One moment, please. So that's going to be the bottom. No, it's all right. We got to flip it over. And we're going to do it on the back side. So now we're putting these upside down. It's just liquid glue. Naughty Nancy would say, it's just paper. All right, so we got our little dots of glue, and we're going to put these down. It does take a moment for them to dry. Now, no fence is perfect, exactly perfect, so you could have varying heights. If you want to go up and down with it, you can. If you are a perfectionist and you want all your fence posts to be the same height, definitely do that too. But definitely flip it over and be consistent, not like I was trying to be inconsistent. All right. So now that I'm going to just give them one more final squeeze. All right. Now we have our fence built. Okay. Now I'm at the point where I think this thing is dry enough and there's already a hair stuck to it. So get that off of there. Grab your sunglasses. Now be very careful putting these on here. You don't want to smear them all around, and they should just tack right to it. Oh, perfect. Okay, so there are our awesome new sunglasses. So now that you've got your fence built, you want to grab some dimensionals, and this is all popped up. So as many or as few dimensionals as you want to use, it's up to you. So I'm going to I think I strategized, I put 4. You could try 3. The little dimensionals are going to be the best because you don't have, or you could take the big ones and cut them in half. But I would definitely make sure you're staged with some on the bottom, some on the top, and some in the middle. Like you could do 3 like that. That would probably be enough too. So your call, how many you want to use. When you think about it, there's lots of dimensionals that you can use to support. You just don't want what we call that saggy middle syndrome. It gets the best of us. All right, so we're going to do this one yet. Okay, you're probably looking at it like, wow, that's a lot of dimensionals. Angelique, wow. Tyler said that a couple times this weekend. So she got to hear him say it. I think you did. All right, so, wow. All right, so let's do a little picky here and get some of these off of there. And then we're going to plop our fence down. The better you stick them down to begin with, the easier they are to get off. The other trick too, for those of you who don't have nails, Diane Bogenhagen taught me this. You can use your pick tool and you push down and you scoop to the left or to the right. So you pick down, pick down, pick down, right? So you can get them all off in a false swoop like that. I can usually get 3 or 4 of them very easily. All right, wonderful, wunderbar. There's that. So if you have a difference on your fence of how high your side beam is, then make sure you get that correct. And we're going to set this down in our sand, more to the left than to the right, like that. Okay. And then for this guy right here, what I did is I used dimensionals, and I'm going to capture this bottom thing. Oh my goodness. They're sticking to my fingers because I've got glue fingers now. So that is going to go up like that. And then the side ones are going to come in. we're going to put a few dimensionals here. So that comes in like that. That's helping capture these side pieces like that, okay? Now I want to pop this up. I'm just going to have it resting right in front of your fence post. So you can add big dimensionals, little dimensionals. But I would definitely pop this up, and then what I'm going to do is add a little bit of liquid glue on my tabs. I guess you could call them tabs. So I'm just going to put a little bit right here, right there, and on the side. And for good measure, we're going to put one more right there. And then this is going to get placed. Oh, you guys, I got really excited about putting this bag together, if you didn't tell that. We're going to make it work. We can still glue all of our bits and parts on it now that it's on here. It's okay. We'll make it work. So that's on here. So, all right, we're going to go back to assembling our bag. This just goes to show you guys there's really not a right or a wrong way how to like put this together. It just needs to get put together. So this is going to be for one of these little side stitcheries. There's a seam on your bag, and that is basically where this goes, right there. And then you can do this one. Sometimes it's easier to glue things once the base of it's down already. So then this, it's going to go right by that seam. I'm just on the inside of those seams. Oh, thanks, Laura, for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay, now this bottom thing, that is for on the bottom, so we can put a little glue on that. Now, you could have done this before you put your bag down and got all the back all full of adhesive, but this works just the same. Right, so we got this along the bottom. Perfect. And then we have our little handle. We're going to glue that on here. So you only need a little bit of glue right there. And it does go right in front of the fence post. So if I layer this here, I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right there to catch it. Kind of figure out where that needs to go. These are awesome dies. I cannot deny that these dies they make the cutest little totes. All right, that's good. Now for this little scarf I have hanging on here, I actually did pop it up. So there's a lot of popping going on with this. A lot of popping. Think about all the different colored totes, Rosemary. You can, like, this tote is so awesome. The dies, like that, the dies are what make this set. So like the stamps are great. They really match it good, but you could totally get by with just getting the dies. That is hanging around like that. And then on here, I glued this guy flat. So grab a little bit of glue. You got to be careful with these. There's little holes all through these. So the more glue you put on, the more that they might ooze through. And so I did him flat right off to the side here, kind of like in front of the fence post. For good measure, what you could have done also is do a little assist. You could put a little dimensional, you don't know where it needs to go, except for it needs to go here. So you don't want to guess where to put it back there. So just put that dimensional right there, and then your snail dude will fit right there. And then I did pop this up too with another dimensional, like that. Right, so he's going to hang out on the side there, like that. Looking good. We have a heart. If I only had a heart. We're going to pop that up. You can't waste these little hearts that are from inside your sunglasses. So I probably made 5 different pairs of sunglasses before I figured out I wanted them looking just like this. And I ended up with red hearts in the middle, which is perfect because it really does match the heart paper really nicely because those are little hearts on there. But the other one, it looked really good on that one too. And then the other one with the crosshatch, I have that sample somewhere floating around. So then these sunglasses, they're so adorable, right? Right? They look like real sunglasses. We're going to put dimensionals on the backs of those as well. And then they're going to be hanging like off the bag, right like that. Very cool. And then I have 3 gems hanging out down here. I didn't know it was like a tight fit for the gems. So I just ended up with 3 of them over there. I was thinking one could go over there, but then when that one was over there and these 2 were there, it kind of seemed separated. So I stuck with having the 3 in a row here, and I would do maybe like, yeah, but maybe let's just test it out. I don't think it's the worst. It adds a little bit of pink color over there. but maybe the small one. So until you're ready, exactly knowing where you want your gems, you could wait to put them down. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. So this one I have the 3 on the side over here because I think my fence was a little bit closer or something like that. But here I've got 2 and that's good too. Okay, you could Stella things. So I would definitely Stella your scarf. You could Stella your starfish and your snail. You could Stella your whole bag if you so desire. Okay, then on the inside, this is where you get to use your other little heart. So we've got sending warm wishes your way. And that is with the strawberry slush. Like that. I put it to the left a little more because my sun is up in the corner on the right. So we've got sending warm wishes, little crooked. So let's do it again. Bring it down a hair on the right. That's all right. And then the sun is in Daffodil Delight. So we'll pop this guy up in the corner. It's a cute, adorable little sun. He's shining bright on us. And then a heart gets glued in here. So I'll just stage it for right now. And we'll come back and put that on the inside. Thanks, Holly. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the back here. So I had a bunch of that on the go paper. So it was a perfect way to use it. Oh, well, my white is a little bit smaller. So I didn't know that when we kitted this up. You guys, you might have that happen to you. The sample here is 5 1/4 by 4, but I'm thinking that we have a 3 and 13. If I have a 3 and 13/16 by 5 1/16, I bet you guys, oh, do you guys see the ruler? Oh, look at that. Easily distracted by ... crafting. It's got a black cat and it's got some bees. Can you guys guess what that was the attendance gift for? So, we have here, it is 5 1/16. Oh man, Hunky, you're adorable. 3 and 30. So this white mat is a little bit smaller than we normally would have done. If you guys want to and you have it, you could double mat on the inside. You could pull a strawberry slush piece if you want, or you could just go with it and see a little bit more of the basic beige. All right, but now we have a heart. If I only had a heart. Well, you guys get 2 hearts here. And it just goes right in the corner. And I did it opposite of the sun to kind of balance it. So you got a little heart on the inside now too. And there you go. We got it. Yeah, so you guys, we had these rulers made up. They are the attendance gift for the paper palooza. So not to ruin the surprise for you guys, but for those people who got the Stampin' Fun in the Sun with me, you got an attendance gift that looked like this. It says, don't measure your progress using someone else's ruler, right? What does that mean? Don't compare yourself to others. And we've got our ruler on the other side. Yay. So that was the attendance gift for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And then we had rulers made up for the paper palooza. So for those people that are doing both events with me, you're getting matching. They're matching. Like they don't match per se, but you get a set of rulers from me, I should say. That's part of your attendance gift. Wonderful. Okay, so we got a second card done. And what we're going to do is go right into our third card and see what kind of trouble we can get into with it. Remember, you guys have the hearts, or you have the stripes, or you have like a crosshatch looking one. Okay. So that one is done. Now this next one I have a Post-it note. So I don't know exactly why. So we'll find out here momentarily. So that one you want to check your envelope because of the way that this one's kitted. Like the stuff could fall out and be left in there. You have so we've got a lot of old olive mixed with bubble bath and petunia pop. And this one is a fun fold. So it opens up like this and then down like that. So cool. And this is the arm for the top. So you want to make sure you bend that over and burnish it. That's the flap here. And then on here, you've got 3 gems. These are those pressed motif flowers. So we could have used the other strawberry slush gems and they would have gotten lost. So that is why we opted to go with these motif flowers because, motif gems, because they stood out a little bit more, okay? You have to be very careful with them. You got to push them down hard so they stick. So with this cone flower set, it looks like this. So it's cone flower celebrations. It's a great little bundle. You've got your stamps, and then all these dies that we use come from that set. So how your kit comes, you'll have this die cut like that. You'll have a brown center for your cone flower. This is the bubble bath. Now you may need to adjust the top here slightly. This comes, it looks like a butterfly actually. So there's one here and there's one on the other side that's a mirror image of it, and it's connected. And what's really cool is you can just fold it back. So if you need to, you can just round this a little bit so that it kind of looks more rounded. Okay, if that makes sense. You have some leaves, 4 leaves, 2 that are bottom leaves, 2 that are top leaves, and you'll have to do any hokey pokey and turn yourself around like that if you need to grab that. And then a stem, and then you'll have a little strip here for a sentiment, and you'll have some bubble bath and some petunia pop that is already embossed with your plaster of Paris embossing folder, right? So there's that, it's already done. You have your, my favorite pattern from that set. It was a winner, you guys. This pattern was a lot of people's favorites this weekend. Such a pretty pattern. Oh, you can use the green. I did have somebody in class last night or Monday night that went with that side, right? And then they had that up. That is perfectly fine. You can try that. And then this is the white for your inside. And then you have another, oh, I know why I got it. So when my helper scored this for me, she accidentally scored it an eighth of an inch too far, and we reversed it and then redid it. So I've got just a faulty score line back there, but it's not that noticeable. I don't think most people would ever notice that. You want to make sure that you're keeping your flap here to the bottom, and then this flap, you want to get that glued in. So let's go ahead and get glue happy on that. And you want to make sure it's flush at the top and then centered right to left. And I eyeball things. If you need to get a ruler out, you definitely can, but I use my fingers as a guide to make sure that it's nice and smooth and flush at the top here. All right, so that's perfect. All right, so you can also then go ahead and get really glue happy here. So figure out which side you like up and down. So I want that side up. I am going to, you guys, it's sad. It's very sad. I am going to put this side down, but at home you could do whatever you want. And we have that guy ready. So we could go ahead and get all 3 of these pieces glued down. Liquid glue is my choice. I like to just go around the edge, not too close. And this one I put a little bit more right in the middle. All right, so then this is on our outside here. So we've got bubble bath on the outside, like so. And you can always wiggle this until it's adhered nice. All right, so that's there. Then we have the designer paper that's gonna go here. Right, I can wiggle it until I get it exactly where I want it. And if you don't put it too close to the edge, like this is super close, you guys. Like I would say that's kind of scary right there. So what I would do while I put that down is I would slide my paper this way so I kind of wipe some of that glue away from the edge and then place it in here. And then I don't risk it oozing out on me. Okay, so that's glued on the inside. Now you get to see that from the sides here, which is really cool. All right, we got a little bit of work to do though. So let's do some stampy time. We're gonna grab the petunias that pop, and we're gonna stamp "Celebrate" in you. All right, really cool sentiments. I'm sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration, but this is what people loved. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. That is, and it has a happy belated birthday as well, and a thank you, celebrating you. You made my day. It's your day. Lots of different sentiments to choose from. So on this, I'm going to put the celebrating you closer to the right, and then I can nip off the left at an angle because I like to do that. So there's our celebrating you. And then for words, we have I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. But there's a really big butterfly on the right-hand side. So I want to make sure when I stamp this, I'm going to move to the left a little bit and have it on the left side a little bit more than the right to make room for my Mac Daddy big butterfly over there. And so I'm stamping that sentiment in the petunia. Oh, is that straight? Yeah, that's not bad. I can handle that. And then the bubble bath is what we used for the butterfly. All right, so you could use Petunia Pop at second strength, but it was nice to pull in some bubble bath. And I have it that the butterfly is perching itself, kind of trying to cling on to the E of hive. All right, so got that. It's really faint, and you could do your butterfly whatever color you wanted, but we're not done with the ink yet. We still have a little bit more to do. And I have some brushes here that we need to use, and I have a little dauber, and we need the, okay, so this, let's glue this in, and we need the Petunia Pop. So we got this guy, let's get rid of him, show him his home, right over here. And I cut it skinny so that you wouldn't see it popping out the sides. It really does allow you to see just the petunia on the side. All right, so we need to grab our scrap paper here. And cone flowers to me are one of my favorite flowers, and I love the variation of them. And so what I wanted to do was, I wanted to start with bubble bath, but then make it petunia and then blend it so you see a little bit of light at the top. So we're gonna use a little blending brush, the mini blending brush, and I'm gonna start near the bottom and work my way up. And it's very sharp. I guess I call that sharp, and you want it to be soft. And so we're gonna work our way off and then on. So we're gonna start, I should say off, and then work our way on. And you can go as light or as dark as you want, but always making sure that you do that tap off so that it doesn't give you too much dark ink there. And you're working your way from the bottom up to the top. And if you don't have Petunia Pop, any pinky, purpley magenta, there was a, I'm trying to think, Magenta Madness was an old Stampin' Up color that would work. But what you can do is get it so far, and then if you're not certain if you like it where it is, hi Quincy Bridge, then what you could do is put this on here and you can see if you like it, right? So right now mine's a little lighter than that one, but that's a nice variation, right? So you can see the lightness coming up through there. Because to me, coneflowers have a lot of variegation, right? So that's, I'm good with that. That's the petunia. Now you also need to do the old olive and the pecan pie. So for the old olive, I just did it on my leaves here. So you have your solid leaves and then you have your detail leaves. Both of these leaves come from the set. And so I wanted to have some differentiation, and I didn't want to use Mossy Meadow because I thought that would have been too dark. So this gives us just a little bit darker version of Old Olive, and this fits on here, and it just allows you to see the detail. I don't know if I can get the light on there. It allows you to see the detail of the veins of the leaves. Okay, so we're gonna just color them a little darker. I know in class the other night, people were also doing their stem a little bit. You guys, you have to remember when you're creating and crafting and using, you start with my kit as it is, and it's yours to do with whatever you want. You can alter and edit it however you want to make it your own. And if you want to do your stem a little bit, you could also just put a little bit of ink on the stem just to give it a little bit more darker to tie into the leaves. I didn't do it on my sample. I only added the little bit of darkness on that, but hey, at any point I could just add a little bit more, right? Right, so that's the green. Old wax on, right? Wax on, wax off. All right, I am the Karate Kid. All right, then we've got here, I'm just gonna flip this side and we're gonna use not that brush. We're gonna use a little dauber I pulled for our pecan pie. So this is fine. Crumb cake is fine, but I'll tell you, I always picture the middles of cone flowers being more brown. So we're just adding a little bit of pecan pie ink to the center of this flower. Ink off, ink on. Ha ha ha. I get it. Nancy will. You guys, I like laugh. Ha ha ha. No, wait. Ha ha ha. No, there's a laugh. I don't know. My friend Adam can do it really good. Ha ha ha. Anyways, we've got a little bit more brown of a center for our cone flower. There it is, just a little bit, because it's really cool. You can see a little bit of the crumb cake through, kind of shining through. So now I think we've got that all kind of staged. We're gonna do our Rose Coleman method here right now. And we're gonna prep the backs of the 2 leaves. I've been leaving my cover off of my glue and it's making it get gooey. So we're just not squeezing too hard. And eventually I'm gonna have to take the booger out of it. I think there's a booger developing in my glue bottle right now. So this is a little bit of glue there. I probably don't want to set that over that, but it's time. Oh yeah, get that off of there. Okay, so whenever I design with Gina, she would always hand me her glue boogers and I'd be like, I don't want your glue boogers. Okay, so let's learn to cover our bottle. Then for this one, grab those mini glue dots and you're gonna stage your little petals with the glue, the dimensionals at the bottom, and we're gonna glue the top flat. And you get to some of these 2 are a little bit skinny, so let's grab from the side here and make 2 that are skinnier. Oh, Hunky Noodle, you're so cute, buddy. He's curled up like a little ball in the light box over here. He's like, Mom, you're so loud, you're annoying me. He put his hand over his eyes and he curled into a little ball. All right, so we're picking these guys off to prep them. And we're gonna put a little bit of liquid glue at the top here. And this fits perfectly. This is also gonna get a little liquid glue like that. This fits perfectly into this bottom coneflower piece. You gotta be very careful though when you do it, not to line it up incorrectly. It fits up there. And then when you drop it down, drop it like it's hot. It should match up. If you do it right, it should match up perfectly there. That side's flush, right? That side's flush, and he drops down here like that. You can pick them up and rearrange them just a little bit if you need to. And then this one fits right over the top. So cool. So you guys don't need any really stamps for this. It was just coloring with some ink. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to adhere my stem to the back of this. So I'm going to put it on the top of the stem, and then that picks up like that. So that's behind there, right? So it's about that. And then I did pop all of that up with dimensionals, right? So why not, right? Once you pop, you can't stop. Oh, Angelique was so cute because she got to say Stampin' Live from the Hive. And then you know that Linda Zaleski had to do it the next day too. It was awesome. All right, so we're gonna put, oh, they fit there perfectly. Don't go down too low. These guys are ready. They're almost too far gone actually. So let's make sure we get them adhered onto our leaves like that. And then drop it like it's hot right there. Nice, very nice. Then with this, you want to make sure you don't have your dimensional past this part right here. Right, so I put one. We can always come back and button that up. Or, oh, I'm pretty close to the edge here, so that's good. We're going to pick all these little guys off. Hello, Andy Acquisto. You love the cards and better late than never. You better believe it. We always say better late than never. We're gonna pick these guys off, and then we're gonna pop it down onto the card front. One more right there. And I've got it slightly at an angle, right like that. Ooh. So my stem is just slightly longer by a hair. So we have the ability to pick that up and put it up just a hair. And then once we brought that down, our stem will go like this. We can bring that over like that, just a hair. And then, right, you want to make sure you don't have any dimensionals right there. And then our leaves will go on. And I did pop these guys up too. And what we're going to do is put glue dots at the base where the leaf connects. So we have the top, and then I'm going to put a glue dot right there. And then this one is like that. So we're going to put a glue dot right there. This is Joy's favorite. Yay, good. All right, I never thought of leaving the glue dry a bit. Good tip. Yes, 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 you betcha. Like Rose Coleman taught me that, you guys. She was very clever girl, very clever girl. Okay, that is going to go like that. And this one is going to go like that. Very nice. And then we are going to cut this at an angle. I like to angle like that a lot. You could also banner the ends. You could also keep it straight. But I like my banners to be fluttering in the wind. That was supposed to be a quote sign, fluttering in the wind. So I put a dimensional on the one side, and then I'm going to put the liquid glue on the other side. Angelique said it was fun being able to say that. I love it. And then this guy is going to go over here. Now, I originally had a thought that this could be holding, like if it was over here, it could potentially help hold that down. But then I thought, yeah, why? Let's just put it over here like that. And for those of you who have your craft dots, your Velcro craft dots, this would be a perfect card for you to use a craft dot. I'll show them again. I have them over here. One moment, please. We have used these in class before, and they make a great little accessory to help keep your cards closed. They're called Velcro Crafting Thin Dots. They're $3.99 or so on the Amazon, and there's 56 sets in here. So if you are so inclined, you could add those to an Amazon order, and you'd put one right here, and then it connects, and then it holds the card. And I'll just show you. I didn't put these in your kits because I didn't think of it till actually we were working on it right now. But some of you I know went and bought these after we did. I know we had class last year, and we used them for that hibiscus. It was awesome. So you just find them a matching pair here. Put that right there. And then they're thin. That's what's nice about these. They're thin dots, right? So when you go to open it now, I was just going to get these guys put back in here. You go to open it, and you can't even see that one. And that one you can, but that's okay. It's on the bottom. I just happened to put them correct so that the white one was up there, and that's there. But it helps to hold it shut. Now, I didn't put them in your kits. I literally just thought right now, oh, that'd be a great card to put the Velcro dots in. So, all right. We have some gems left. So let's put, you either got too big and a small or too small and a big. With these, I have the small and the big over here on the bubble bath. And then your opposite one can go down over here. Push them down real hard. These motif gems, they're heavy, and if they get caught on something, they can flip off really easily. And what you could do is Stella, Ella, Ella, your flower. Just add, and your stem, your leaves. Just add a little bit of that Stella dust over the top. You have to be careful because I just went on the brown, and what happens is the ink transfers to your Stella pen, so you don't want to be putting brown ink into your purple ink. So just clean it out a little bit. Very good. We did it. That wasn't so bad. You guys look at me. I can get 3 cards done in 3 hours too. I love it. I can just talk. I can talk a lot on the front end more than normal. All right. So there we have it. We got all 3 cards done, lickety split. And this one, the cool little different type of a fold. And we have our totes my goats over here. And then the last one that we did, the Hug the Bloom card here, looks like that. All fun, cheerful. So again, you guys, we oversold by 13, and we made more. And I'm looking, I might have, like Michelle and Laura might be 2 of the people that take some of those extra ones. If you were on the fence or not certain what this class was all about, now you can see all the cards that we made. You really don't need much besides sentiments. So you could always add your own sentiments whenever you get the kits. I could hold them and ship them in July, or if you want them lickety split, I'm still in shipping mode yet. So I've got some more stuff that we're shipping out on Monday. So we could always get them in the mix shipped out on Monday. So the class was $19 or $26 mailed, or it was free with a $40 order if you're local to me and getting the kits porch pickup, or attend in person on the 21st of June, or it was free with a $60 order. So yay. Velcro dots, got to get them. Yes, the Velcro dots, they are, again, they're called Velcro Crafting Thin Dots. There's 56 sets of them in that one package. So very good. Very nice, very nice. So we did it. We got all 3 done. I'm going to do a drawing to see who wins a door prize for those who placed an order to get this class for free. I think we had 9. Barbara loves the coneflower. Good. You have to get the set, Deanne. So I have 2 people that got this coneflower set this past week that I saw. Deanne says, woohoo, love the coneflower. You guys are liking the coneflower. Good, good. Excuse me. Kathy said, remember the thumbs up. Yay, please do. These cards, I'm going to make sure I save them, and they'll eventually be won by somebody. We are a little behind on that, doing the drawings of the names, but we always catch up with it. So I have here 9 people who placed orders to get the class for free. So we will go to the random number generator and put 9 in and hit generate. It is 7. All right, let's see who number 7 is over here. Or over here, Mary Hodges. Awesome. Mary Hodges, you are number 7 on my list. So you will have a prize. You guys, these were all my people here, my 13 people that I had to keep track of who's got their classes, this card class held till next month or next week. And then I also want, you guys, I do have Happy Mail I'm going to share with you. We'll do that. And we're also going to do the drawings here. So I have stuff that I do every month for drawings. There's a class card challenge. There's a monthly creative challenge. My VIP group has a bundle challenge. And I have top fans. I have share, create, inspire. I have the mystery card names. There's lots of ways to get involved and get in on the drawings. And I also have a creative challenge that we started last month in the VIP group, and nobody filled out for that. So nobody even submitted an entry. So if one person would have submitted an entry, they would have gotten a prize from me today. But there was nobody. So I'll share that with you really quick where you can find this stuff. I operate my videos out of YouTube, but I have a very a very substantial, Facebook platform. Like I have a page that we've got lots of followers, and that's where I do postings of stuff. So let's go to A&W. Ha ha ha, just kidding. Let's all go to my Facebook page. And I generally have at the top of my page the pinned posts that are featured. And that's where we have, starting in June, you have a class card challenge and a creative monthly challenge. Those are coming up. For the past, we have May class card challenge and monthly creative challenge. So they're always pinned at the top. And what you do is you click on it and you could see what the challenge is all about. And then you post your pictures of the card classes that you've done. And then I put your name in on the drawing. And actually, Kelly helps me pull the names. And so we are doing the May ones right now. So for the May monthly creative challenge, we had a few people that shared their cards. And so that's what we'll do for those drawings. Now in my mystery card, there's events. So if you're looking for under more and under events, I do 2 classes a month where you use your own supplies at home to make your cards. One of them is the mystery card. So under past events, there's a mystery card, and then there's also the share, create, inspire. So they are, by going, you guys, so many events. So many stairs is what Incredible Hulk would say. So many stairs. So that was from a Marvel movie. Wait, that is past. I need past. Okay, so in the mystery card night, when you go into the discussion, that's where Kelly grabbed everybody who shared their cards in this post right here. So there was different comments. Kelly went and grabbed everybody's names. I also do the same for Share, Create, Inspire. So that's how I got the names for this. And then there's also a couple in my VIP group. So when you guys support me by buying product, you can reach out to me. I am not the most religious at remembering to invite people, but I have more. Every time I announce it, people go and they find this group, and then they request to be added to it. So in here, oh, Donna received her Happy Meal today. Yay, she got her box. Hi, Donna. Yay, I love it. Good job, girlfriend. I love it. Okay, this is under my VIP group. So the new challenge is, so Kelly just posted this today, and it's Bold Bright Ink Layers, Grab Your Versamark. Have you seen the scratch art pads? The technique is so easy. And then she talks about it. We grabbed this from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up shares this with us, and so we share it with you and do a little drawing ourselves. And then there's the last one. I can't remember exactly what the challenge was, but nobody did the creative challenge. So what we do is we pin this to the top, pin to the feature. So it's always at the top. You could find it. And I don't know. I think that's probably the only one that's pinned out. Oh, here it is. Here it is. May 8th. So Stampin' Up! Issued a monthly challenge, and we are passing it off to you. Comment in the thread below to share yours. And nobody, Laura asked, are we supposed to use the Cheers and Subs bundle? No, you can use whatever you want, you guys. You're just supposed to follow the challenge, right? So we're going to try this. Every month, Stampin' Up! Is creating a challenge that you could also fulfill the challenge on their end, but within my VIP group, if you want to fulfill the challenge, your odds of winning the prize are higher because there's probably a lot less people that are going to be submitting the response in my like our challenge than out into the whole wide world of Stampin' Up. So that's what we're trying to do. They've been challenging us every month, and so we're passing the challenge on to you. So we have nobody for that one. And then we're also going to do the challenge for the bag, which I put on the floor because the cats were jumping up there. So we're going to run through and do a lot of random number generators. But now that you guys know what this is all about, we're gonna do this. So waiting for it to come. All right, dots are in my cart already. Good job, Deanne Dawn. Yay. All right, so we're going to go back to the random number generator. I'm going to flip out of it because I like to start fresh sometimes. So for monthly creative challenge, we have 6. And my deal is if like Sandy Coy Emery wins here, somebody else has to win. So I don't like duplicate winners within the monthly stuff basically. So actually we'll start with the VIP first because that's the biggest prize. So we're going to put 20 people in here, not 10,000, 20. Whoa, that'd be a lot. 20. We're going to hit generate. 20. Oh my goodness, Linda Hunt. All right, Linda. I will be reaching out to you so I have a collection of half off bundles that I got before they went away with that from the Host Rewards program. And I'm going to be working my way through those bundles. And so Linda Hunt, I will reach out to you first and give you some options to choose from. And hopefully you can find an option. We'll add it to your July package. All right. And then I'm going to flip down and we're going to do for the start here at the top here. So 6 people here for the May Creative Challenge. Number 4 goes to Stacy Burns. All right, Stacy, congratulations. And then for this one, we had 12 people for the May class challenge. So we'll put 12 in here and we'll hit generate. I don't think it flashed even. I hit it down here, not right on. There it is. Number 6, Janice Ormiston. Yay. Good job, good job. Top fans go to Sandra Taller, Linda Swansea, and Mo Stites. So if you are Sandra or you are Linda, I do not have your addresses. I can't mail you a prize until I have your address. So if you want to email me at Christine@cardsbycrispy.com and send me your address, I will pop a prize in the mail. Mo, I know where you live. I can mail a prize to you. For Share, Create, Inspire, we had 8 people. I'm going to make sure I hit it right on the word generate. 4 is Sherry Ott. Very good. And then for mystery cards, we had 25 people. So we will put a 25 in here. I'm going to hit right on the word generate. Number 8 goes to Arlene Peterson. Ooh, Arlene, I think I need your address, okay? So if you don't mind sending it to me. Sherry Ott, I have yours. So good job. So Nancy said, oh, I guess not. Waiting for it to come now. I don't know what you were referring for waiting for it to come. So Nancy, help me out. I'm not certain what you were talking about. All right. Then for the bees who ordered from, so I did a drawing I am doing a drawing. Oh, good job, big boy. Stretch that out. For all my bees who joined my team for the month of May, and you had to place your first order. That's when I included you in for the drawing. So it's just a big shout out to Joy Moody, Michelle Foran, and Brittany Boyd. They joined my team and they got their first orders in. So I'm going to put 3 in here, and I'm going to do 3, and then I'm going to pick who the second runner-up would be, because if the first person, I send them a picture, I'm like, maybe that's the bag isn't their style, right? Because people like certain things. I'm going to pick the top, like in order, what it would be. So I have here 3, and we're going to hit generate. Number 3. So Brittany would get the first dibs on the bag, and then I'm going to put 2, because 3 is gone. I'm going to put 2 and 1. So Joy, you would get second dibs, and then 3 would go to Michelle. So I will reach out to those girls in that order and see who this lovely bag, this was my bag that I got for going to on stage. It has these cream handles, but it also had interchangeable handles so that you could swap it out. And there's a little spot in here for a little zippery pouch. And there's actually an insert in it too, so that it could be a great beach bag, or you can use it as a tote bag with there's lots of little side pockets in it. So I'll be reaching out to Brittany first and see if she's interested in it and is winning that as a prize. And if not, we'll have Joy be second runner-up and Michelle. So we had Stacy Burns, Janice Ormiston, Sandra Toller, Linda Swansea, Mo Stites, Sherry Ott, Arlene Peterson, Linda Hunt, and Brittany, along with, oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta look back. It's been already 10 minutes. I didn't commit this one to short-term memory that fast. Mary Hodges, but now that I saw her name, I remember. Mary Hodges, you guys, those are who we have for some prizes for winners for prizes tonight, yay. The cone set, waiting for it to come. I guess not, the cone set. Is it out of stock? I don't know if is that out of stock? I didn't think it was. The cone flower was not part of the suite, you guys, so you can't get it as part of the suite sale, but there's a lot of other things that are still, that you can get for the suite sale. You just have to remember, if you guys get in on the suite sale, if you put 2 suites in your cart, like one suite at $120, another suite at $78, and then you put, let's say, a roll of ribbon or a gem or an embellishment or designer paper that's from a suite in your cart at the exact same time, that Stampin' Up! Gives you half off the lowest price item. So you want to get that ribbon and the designer paper out of your cart and get the half off at your 2 suites. You want your suite or a bundle to get half off? Like, that is really going to work the system good. And put that ribbon, all those other things, those smaller price items, put them on a different order that doesn't have a high ticket item on it, right? That's a way to manage your getting the most bang for your buck for the buy one, get one half off. Can you send me a quick link to the VIP group in Facebook? You can't seem to find it. So yeah, anybody who does want it, it's Cards by Christine, and it's the VIP. So it's called Cards by Christine VIPs. And what you can do is go to it and request access to it. And Sandy Coy Emery, I believe you're in it right now. So oh no, you're not in it. So I just invited you. So you're good to go. We got it done right off the bat. So you're invited. If anybody else wants to get invited to it, just send me an email or a text. I can send you an invite to it. So if you guys want me to entertain you for just a moment longer, I have a little stockpile here of some Happy Mail. This much Happy Mail. I will roll through it so you guys can see what I've been getting in the mail recently. This is backed up. I got through my mail from Disney, yay. So this is backed up from sometime in the beginning of May. I would have to say May 6th, 7th, 8th time period till now. So it's about a month's worth of mail that I got. All right, so I'll flip this down and I'm gonna show you what I got. I needed some of that though. Let's see here. This is from Charlotte Nelson. Oh, Nancy just ordered it. Oh, got it. Okay, you just ordered it. Something, you guys, I'll be honest, I don't always read into the messages in the comments. Like, I can't think what people are saying all the time unless it's spelled out like exactly what you're saying. So, and I'm sometimes on to the next topic in my head and I'm already thinking ahead to other things that I need to talk about. So I'm having 3 conversations primarily in my head with you guys. And when somebody comments, like, Nancy, not to call you out, but sometimes like, oh, I guess not. I have no idea what that means. And so sometimes I'm left to think, well, did I say something wrong or did I do something? And so sometimes anything's spelled out. Otherwise, I guess in my head what you mean. And so just to let it out there, like, you guys, sometimes I don't understand what you're talking about. I try to piece it together in my head, but I'm not always that good of an expert on that. So this one came to us from Charlotte Nelson, really pretty card. She's got it's glittery paper on here. I don't know if you guys can see how glittery it is. It's all iridescent holographic. She's got some pretty butterflies on there. And then this one comes to us from, let me see here, from Kay Weir, yay. So Kay, very pretty monochromatic with your pink and white and then a little hint with the leaves. Happiness Abounds stamp set. I love it. Very cool. The color and contour was, I think, the dies on that one. Am I in the VIP? Oh, I don't know, man. Nancy, I guess not. I don't think you are. So this is from Faye Gabby. Oh, I like it with this. I call those dragon horses, you guys. So how the VIP group works is it's generally everybody in the United States because it's based off of buying classes from me and product classes as well as product. And so Nancy, with you being in Canada, I don't think I have anybody from outside of the United States in my VIP group because it's based on, again, if you've bought in product from me or if you've bought in classes that include product. So I would say the answer would probably be no, that I don't have you in there. So it's a good question though. All right, so again, this one's from Faye Gabby. All the best comes from that Thoughtful Wishes, Memories and More pack. Very pretty. All right, so I'm going to start separating my envelopes. I keep everything in the envelope for the time being. This is from Sandy Coy Emery. Very cool. I love this layout. Be the change you wish to see. You can be the reason someone smiles today. Very cool, Sandy. I love it. We did a card layout. This was like the mystery card layout, wasn't it? I think recently. Very cool. All right, this next card comes to us from Cindy Bruntree. And Cindy gave me an envelope to go with the card as well. Hang on. I realized I haven't had any water for 2 hours. Oh, so this is from Cindy. Very cool. It's your day. Splendid thoughts, I think, is where that comes from, with that little bee. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Perfect. Now I got a birthday card I can use. I love it. This one comes to us from Debbie Lindauer, hand delivered to me yesterday. I love it. Using some Night of Navy with some Daffodil Delight. Grown with Love, I think, if I had to guess what that was from. Basil. I love it. I think that is Grown with Love. And thanks so much for your love and care. Very pretty. This one comes to me, I think this is also Sandy Coy Emery. Happy Flag Day with some hearts that are in the flags. I love it. I sent a text. All right, so sounds good, Julie. And she loved, oh, so Sandy, I don't know if you noticed it, but you used 2. I have a Post-it note now that I can use. So she used the invisible Post-it notes, and she had 2 of them on here. So I have my little pad of Post-it notes here, so I can put that on here and use that. All right, very cool. So it's really cool having the invisible Post-it notes because it allows you to reuse the cards very nicely, and it looks like you wrote on the card. You're a grand old flag. I love it. Okay, the next one here is from Vicky Rodriguez, my purplicious friend. I have a couple purplicious friends, and Vicky is one of them. Look at her using her purple pen here too. Very cool. She did a bigger double mat on the inside, which is nice. Use that You Are Remarkable with the new corrugated embossing folder. Very cool, Vicky. Very pretty. This one comes to us from Kathleen Ketterman. This one was a blast from the past. This was from the class that I did called A Wash and Beauty, ink, paper, scissors, from I think it was 3 years ago. If I had to calculate, August of 3 years ago. So you guys, if you like the card, you can go back to that class of mine and watch how we made that card. It's very similar. She tweaked hers a little bit. So she probably, I'm guessing, Kathleen, you probably watched the video and then kind of cased it and went with your own layout. But it's very, very similar to my card that I did for class. So I love it. I love seeing things that help me are like a blast from the past. This one comes to us from Ann Bellinger. Oh man, you guys, look at this. You're in for a treat. Ha ha. She used the notes and the totes. And she stamped her flowers on her bag. I love it. She gave me a purple bag. Relax, you earned it. Little suntan lotion. Little starfish on the side here with some waves in the back. Super cool little bird. That's from By the Bay, I think that bird comes from. So cool. So pretty, Anne. Love it. Very good, very good. And then this one comes to us from Barbara Godby. You made this card a few years ago before you joined my team. And I left it blank for you to pass on if you want to. I will send you a, oh, okay, yep, got it, yep, for that. Thanks for everything. And a heart and hugs. Very cool. It's not A Wash and Beauty. It was around the same time. This one was the set. Dainty Diamonds, I think, is the embossing folder, if I had to guess. And some of that ribbon, it was around the time there was a bird set. That it was some lace vanilla ribbon. Very cool. Very pretty card, Barbara. And then I think that is also the contour dies, I think is where that came from. So, and it opens up like that. Very cool. Very pretty. Then this one comes to us from Donna Grushki with an envelope for me to use. This was from a class. Oh, it was January of 2 years ago. And fitting florets, maybe? I feel like it was the floret. It's Donna, if you're watching, you'll have to let me know. It was a fun, we made it into a fun fold and there was 5 designs and I really want to say it was fitting florets. Was that where that came from? It's really pretty. You did a good job making that one too. I love it. I love that fold a lot. I like it a lot. And she gave me a nice envelope that I can use. Very cool. And then this one is from Amy Deschler. And it was the Animal Outing, I think was the name of that set. And very cool. We had a rhinoceros and a giraffe. Very cool. She's got some leaf background embossed on there. And then this one is from Sandy Coy Emery. Sandy takes the cake here with all the cards. This was a cool layout with that. And so that, and then it opens up like a regular card, which is super cool. Big hugs. I love it, Sandy. And so cool little layout that it goes flat for shipping in a A2 envelope, but it's got some 3D-ness going on. Very cool. And then this one comes to us from Marilyn Edens. And Marilyn was a big winner of game night. And so she won a bundle from game night. And so she used the sunrise sailing bundle here and a nice little note on the back. Very cool. This one is from Phyllis Oderman. Yay, from Wisconsin. It got wet. So it's that crunchy envelope here. And it soaked through that envelope, but it was the card was protected. Oh, she's got a little butterfly. I felt that back there and I didn't know what I was feeling, but there's a little butterfly. It's a little patchwork quilt. The card was, okay, this card is an idea from Julie Heitz, Heitz, called Mystery Quilt Bow. Oh man, I want to say the word is cats, but it's not. Kate. After I made it, I thought of you. I hope you enjoy it. It's very cool. I do, because it's purple, and I love the paper is from the lavender paper it's still current, I think. It's super cool how she made a patchwork quilt. It was a mystery quilt bow trio, and it's C-A-T, but it's not an S. Cat. You have such perfect penmanship. And that one last little letter, I can't make out what it is, but it's so cool, you guys. It's really cool. Quilt. It's like a quilt card. I love it. I love quilt cards. I love them. They're very cool. Very awesome. So there's that one from Phyllis. This is from Sherry Everett. This one too is a class card from the lovely, it was just current. You guys, I had 20 extra of this class, and then it took till like, I think 6 months ago or 3 months ago, and we used up the last one. It was vanilla, and there was foliage in it. As soon as I saw it, I knew what it was, and I drew a complete blank. It was some of that leather trim was in there. It was really cool. Sherry, you did a great job making that one. I love seeing it again. This one is from Mary Carls. Somebody's going to help me out with that one. They look like, is that what it was? They look like cats? Did I miss that? They are! It says cats. I could have sworn that it said cats. And it is, okay, so they said, so Randy's agreeing, you guys. It is a quilt bow trio. Okay. Quilt bow 2 and cats. It's a TWO. Yes, it is. You guys are so on it. So Julie is the chirpy card maker. Good job. Okay, you guys, we got that. And they are cats. You guys, they are cats. I love it. Okay. Phyllis, we got it. They are cats. And that I kept wanting to say that that's the word cats. But I wasn't looking at it as they were cats. I was looking at it as a quilt. And now I definitely get that they look like they're cats. Okay. Mystery solved. Okay, good deal. Lovely. Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of that set is. This one is from Mary Carl's. Postage due. I think somebody paid that for me, Mary. I don't know who it was, but and it should not have had postage due. This is just a normal size card. There's no thickness going on. This was from the Kellogg launch party or the sale-a-bration hoorah that we did. Very cool. I love that. So you guys, I need to know answers sometimes, you guys. And I know that class was in March of last year. March of 2024. It was Nature's Sweetness. Okay. And there's the card right there. Okay. So Nature's Sweetness. Okay. I love it. Lovely and Sweet was the stamp set. Okay. Got it. Sandy Coy Emery. Got another card from her for Memorial Day. Thank you so much, Sandy. And then this one is from, I love this is Sarah Simon. You guys, Sarah's an awesome crafter too. She does, if you guys like watching crafting shows, Sarah does a good show as well. Thanks so much. I did organize the swap, and so she did this cool, pretty pattern with the ripping. I love it. Very cool, cool. My little leaf is bent. Lovely and sweet. Yes, Sudepis, we just got it. I know months and I know dates really well. I just couldn't remember the name at that exact moment. This one comes to us from, oh, it's Donna Palazzola. Yay, Donna. I get to show off your card. She said, thank you for all you do. I think I have watched all of your videos. You make it seem so easy. I don't try to make it seem so easy. I think that comes with second nature over time, that you get better and better at stuff. And this is really pretty. I love how you did the loop, the tail, and the tail on the side here. This reminds me of the wildly flowering. You must have, I'm thinking you might have cased it. It looks very similar to a layout. I love it. Very pretty. Double matte on the inside. Very good, Donna. So thank you so much for sending me this pretty card. I love it. It's great. You guys, we got just a few more here. This one is from Donna again. I love it. 2 cards from Donna. You guys, this one opens like this though. And she sent me a B card, and it's like a book binding on the side, and then this side opens, and then this side opens. So it's like a gatefold book binding card all in one. Super awesome. I didn't comprehend that in my head when I first looked at it, but it is. It's a book binding with a gatefold. A super cool layout, Donna. And then she used some of the B paper. Love it. Very good. This one comes to us from Sue Thomas. And thanks for all you do to keep us inspired. Here is an unsigned card that I can use. And she loves the Dino card, Dino card. There's a bundle out there. It's still current at the moment. So cool how she decorated them. Wild wheat with peacock, you guys. Very cool. Very good job, Sue. And this one comes to us from Irene Coots. Irene used the paper pumpkin from March, which you guys, I have had a couple people ask me about this paper pumpkin back there. It's not an officially full kit. It is the refill kit. So it is still there. If anybody's interested, those refills went away as well. I think they were $12 though, plus shipping and tax. So if anybody's still in the market for the refill kit, you could make a pretty card with a bookmark just like this. Very cool. So this came to us from Irene. Be strong, be brave. You got this. Wishing you brighter days ahead. So very cool. I love the concept of having the bookmark on the inside. That's from Irene. I have 2 more here. This one comes to us from Lisa Hedgedis. You are amazing beyond measure. I love the peacock with the dogwood. I think it was called Detailed Dogwood. And she got the Stampin' Up on the Sun from me. Very cool. Matching envelope. And then the last but certainly not least is from Linda Kester from Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Just up a hop, skip, and a jump away. And it's one of the kits from, I don't know if it was a paper pumpkin or if it was a kit, but it was really cool. I remember doing this one. I bought a bunch of these and I did them for my sale-a-bration celebration. And she did the Stampin' Up on the Sun with me too. Very cool. So yes, and Linda, I did put Carissa. So Carissa did some staged shipping, you guys. She had some May stuff and some June stuff, and her May ones accidentally stayed here on my counter, but her June ones went out. So I know, Linda, you got one of her June classes. So very cool, you guys. So that was my happy mail, and I'm so happy I could share that with you. Hopefully you saw some ideas and got some inspiration. You guys can always take screenshots of the cards while you're watching the video. If you see something, just make a note of what moment we are in the video, and then you can always go back and catch it and do a screenshot if you want to case any of those cards, which is a really cool thing to do. So that's why I like to share the Happy Mail, because it's more inspiration and ideas for you. All right, we did it. We got through another monthly class. We're halfway through the year with the monthly classes. Oh man, that's crazy to think about. That June is, we're already on what, the 12th today, so we're almost halfway done with June. We have Father's Day this weekend. Father's Day is going to be a productive day. I grew up on a farm in Johnsbury, Wisconsin, and we have a butchering day on the farm this weekend. So that's what I will be helping my family do. We do once a year for, yes, we do. So just putting that out there. We normally would do it on Saturday, but my parents have a wedding. My first cousin is getting married, a different first cousin that we mentioned earlier in the live. I have a different first cousin. I have 3 first cousins getting married this year. 2 of them are 2 weeks apart later in the fall, and then one is this weekend. And my parents have that wedding this weekend on Saturday, so we pushed the other activities to Sunday, and it's actually Father's Day. So we're all going to be working on Father's Day, helping them prepare for the year ahead, for filling the freezers. And then we roll right into next week. And on Monday, you guys, we have mystery card night. So we'll be watching for clue 1. I got to touch base with Jolene. I haven't talked to her for a little while, but I'm going to touch base with Jolene to get clue 1 ready. And she's going to be working on the PDF tutorial for Let's Just Stamp. Hopefully I'll have that over the weekend. And she's working on the paper palooza tutorial. You guys, there's lots of tutorials that are being written at the moment. So a lot of that stuff will be coming your way. And then we have the sweet class with you on Thursday. Rose's Technique Club class will be Thursday. And I have on Wednesday, Share, Create, Inspire. So we've got lots of creative content coming for lives for you guys for next week. And yeah, and then just like that, it'll be the 21st. We've got Creativity Now in the Hive here and some in-person classes. And just like that, all of a sudden it'll be 4th of July. I don't know. And then I don't even want to think about it. We're not even going to think about it. We're going to go slow and smooth into June. So, all right. And Jolene is on, you guys. She's watching and she's working on it now. She snuck in. I love it. So just in time for me to cue her that we've got some things coming our way from her. So very good. Kathy said, thanks for great cards tonight. Love them all. Have a great night. All right. You too, Kathy, and I hope everybody does too. Need sleep and too long. Yes, you guys, me too. It hit me today like a train. I was so exhausted. So I'm going to call it for tonight, and we will see you back here on Monday at 1 o'clock for Let's Just Stamp, and then Monday night. So lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs. You guys have a great weekend ahead. We'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.